during Operation Reset, and when things went south, he just kind of happened across another character, uh, um, Nick's character, Poach, and they basically commandeered or borrowed a car from a local guy, and basically tried to put as much distance between themselves and the Russians as they could.
Nice. What do you look like?
Um, he's like he's kind of an average height, medium build kind of guy, which is, the CIA doesn't like to recruit people who are going to stand out, but he's got like your officer mustache, and he's decked out in some weird camouflage, but he's got kind of a little bit of a brute face. He looks like he's taken a couple of punches in the face and broken his nose once or twice. So he's not going to win any beauty contests, but he's not like the ugliest guy you've ever seen either.
Nice. And his rifle is the what does he have again?
He actually has the machine gun, which is what he did when he was in the Marine Corps. Was he
Oh
was a
yeah,
machine gunner.
right, light machine gun, right. Excellent. And he's currently in the tree line there beside the road, keeping his head down, watching this marauder who's curious, let's say. And the other three are arguing and poking the bodies over there and fiddling around with the wreck, trying to pull stuff out of it, but it's fully burning now, and but they're still trying, sort of thing, right? He did yell at them and just said, "Hey, hurry up!" And in Polish,
Okay, that's good to know.
you think if you'd probably be able to tell Polish from Soviet Russian, I meant. Okay, awesome. Jeff,
Sergey, yes. Sergey is a shadowy sort of operative, fixer, negotiator type. Uh, kind of vague about his past a little bit. He does say that he has a daughter that he's looking for. Um, seems to be very friendly and pretty much forgettable. He's not really a fighter, but he is kind of huddling here in the rain and the mud. Does seem to have a weak spot for innocents who and doesn't seem to like cannibals much. So who knows?
so he's not a cannibal. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. I think I described him as kind of a low rent James Bond, but maybe James Bond played by Yakov Smirnov might be a better way to think of it. I
Nice.
love this country. So physically, dark hair, dark eyes, forgettable, very average, and chain smokes.
Chainsaw. Excellent. And his weapon of choice?
Let's see. Right now, I think he picked up a. I'm trying to think what pistol he has in this game. Gear. This is combat pistol.
Okay. Probably like a
So
9 mil or something. Or
Yeah,
yeah,
Makarov or something.
yeah, something very very
What do you hear
generic.
me about Holmes, eh?
hmm. Uh, who goes next here? Let's see. Eric, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool, man. What's your character about?
I'm a captain in the U.S. Army. I got out about 5 years before the war began because my parents they sold their company and died right around the same time. Uh, so I sold the company off, and when I got out, I didn't have anything to go back to, living off my inheritance. So I met old Sergey in a drunk tank in West Germany one night, and we hit it off from there. I got my suspicions about him, but I don't ask too much. Um, Pretty good gunsmith mechanic. Then right before the war started, I got drafted back in and went over to the RIMP side of things, in the rear with the gear, so to speak. Average height and build, and of course my weapon is the M16 A2.
Excellent. And we're still getting to know each other's characters. You spent, I think, 2 shifts so far only together, unless you're buddies and knew each other from the past. So,
Now we met in that drunk tank at that police station.
yeah.
Both.
So some of you do
Yes.
have connections. Sorry, go ahead.
Good times. Good times, yes.
Excellent. So I think we have just Nick now left.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh right, okay. I'm having dramas because I was talking earlier, but you couldn't hear me.
Oh,
Um, apologies about that. So what we're talking about character.
yeah. Brief description, background.
So he's a Brit. Um, he joined the military at a young age through it was a job, less education, more of a job, more of a career. He's done a few deployments in his time. Ended up doing contracting work for the Omani government. Found himself out in Poland with the with a Omani prince helping him out when just prior to op reset. Um, they then op reset started, or just slightly before that, when it all kicked off. He he and some of his team survived an attack. He then got recruited into op reset with an SF team, and that's just come up. He knew a friend of his was Evan, who he met prior when he was in the Special Boat Squadron. He then met him again in hello. Yeah, it's
Wait,
still there. Can you hear me?
just for a second, you
Yep.
cut out.
Yeah, sorry about that. He then met Evan again in this Spec Ops team during Op Reset, and he's here now. He met Sergey in the car. We drove
Hmm.
to where we were, and he's across the road from him.
Excellent. So we have our crew of 4, and there are connections and have passed together. And our troop had got skedaddled out of Kalitz as their side, of course, had lost the battle, and their army was decimated, and they were on their own, fleeing southeast. You decided to go easterly direction and perhaps find a way to cross the river. The rivers in Poland all mostly go north-south, and so if you're going west-east, you're going to be crossing them eventually. We proceeded, had some incidents. Getting out of Kalitz was a bit hectic, but had a couple incidents on the road. One particular, had to fix the car, got that resolved, and then drew upon the intersection where you had a choice to go to a couple villages, and you decided to turn right, but the fuel situation in the car was getting dire, and so you were investigating a minefield, and there was a bunch of wrecks and stuff around, and figuring out how to get through, and discovered a minefield. The whole place was mined and was a kill zone. But you guys snuck through successfully and have now approached a burning wreck. That you heard an explosion about 15 minutes ago, or maybe longer. There's now a plume of smoke that's kind of lazily drifting off in the wind. There is a light drizzle of rain coming down, which will affect things a little bit. And there's a ruined villa there, half basically ruined and gutted. And the current situation, we have 3 characters coming around the north side of this grisly pond. It smells and has things floating in it. And then one of the characters was going to do the right flank and come upon the tree line. There were 4 marauders dressed in like gas masks and leather jackets sort of thing, and you know, and pretty rough-looking customers. They'd executed a Soviet soldier that they drug out from the burning wreck and executed him with an axe. And then one of them had seen something on the tree line toward this area over here and just was wandering over and smoking a cigarette sort of thing and had his rifle. He had an AKM. And that's where we kind of got to. We also discovered that there was somebody cooking something in the villa. At least one person. You haven't checked it out quite yet, but you're only about 10, 20 meters away from the villa now at this point. Do I got that about right, basically? I think.
Yeah, it
Yep.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Anything to add,
Sounds good.
anybody? If not, I'm gonna. It is the third shift of the day, so this would be like kind of early evening. You had the morning, afternoon, and now it's evening, so it's still dusk out considered, and it's still light because it's summer. So there's not much. You can see quite a ways. The rain limits you, I think, to 200 meters vision. Okay.
All right.
I rolled
All
for
right.
weather. There's no change, so it's still drizzly and overcast, and a little chilly. You guys are pretty wet and uncomfortable. You've been humping through this the bush, and I'll let you guys take over now.
I'm just trying to find because I thought we drew initiative last game. I could be wrong, but
Um, it's not on the. It's not there. Let me. Should we start initiative yet? I suppose. I suppose we should. Okay, I could do that then. Give me a moment. I'll just. Takes a minute to remember again. Okay. If you go into the combat encounters reference tab up there, you should see now. I'll do a roll for everybody. We're not actually in combat, so whether this is necessary, I'm kind of thinking for the moment you can declare. But I will start the Marauder at the top here, and that's this guy here, and he's occupied. He's busy, and the next guy is beside him. There's a little golden thing around him when I'm clicking these. He's busy. Those two are kind of arguing and rifling through this Soviet and stripping his fatigues off and his boots and stuff. Um, Evan, you're up, and you are prone right now. Oh no, you're not prone.
yeah, I'm prone because I've got the saw set up,
Oh, gotcha.
and at
That's right.
least
Yeah.
the where we left off last time, I was on Overwatch because I either want to get this guy a little bit closer or ideally let him wander off to, you know, have something else grab his attention. But I'm just gonna track him with the saw for the time being.
Okay. Now I am gonna make when it's his turn. I'm probably gonna make a recon roll for him. Okay, and
Mhm.
then you'll have to make one to see if you can beat him. That's
Right.
then we'll do our opposed thing. He's still far enough away, as far as I remember. There's no penalties for you. Like if he walked into the next hex beside you, that could
Yeah, that's
change.
obviously a different.
Mm. But he's curious, you can tell, and he's but cautious, as everybody's cautious in Deathlands, right? So, uh, okay. So Evan, you're holding action. Yeah. Now if you wanted to, Evan, right now you could pick a specific hex to put that Overwatch on. Um,
Oh, that's
and
right. Yep.
right, so you could say I put the Overwatch on him.
Yeah, for now that's what I'll do.
And then unless he moves significant distance, you'll have him tagged for now. So if he brings his rifle up, you can just right.
Right.
You can interrupt the initiative. Is what that means. Okay, Nick, you're moving up military style, I imagine, real quiet, and um,
Yeah. I've got the smell of the barbecue meat that takes me back some time to other places I've been where I've smelt that death and know what it smells like. And I cannot see Evan anymore, so I'm sort of crouching, crawling down towards the south in anticipation of anything. I take it I cannot observe the marauders yet. I probably don't even know that they're there because their line of sight is away from me.
I'll tell you what.
So I'm
No, actually, if you want to be prone, though, if you right-click your character and
yeah, I can do that.
you can select as well, Evan, you can hit that as well if you want. And there's a little, I don't know, it's kind of a weird prone thing. It shows a guy upside down, kind of. It's kind of just dumb, but
Oh,
anyway,
gotcha.
yeah. Now,
I thought Nick had accidentally clicked like he was taking falling damage or something.
now what I will do is say that you're being observant. You can make a recon roll here if you want. And if,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, and I have some different standards. Let me know if you get a crit on this. And -1 for the rain.
Okay. I also um, I also have infiltrator, which is a +1 to remain undetected, if that'll count. So I don't want to be seen by anything or anyone.
Okay. In
I
this
don't.
case, it's for your
If it's observed,
observation. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Um, right, what am I doing here
Nice thing about Foundry too is you can access your character from multiple ways. You can double click your avatar, you can, and so on. Okay, you're like, damn it, and you're kind of brushing water out of your face, and you know, and you're like, you just put your hand in some muck, and you're like, damn it, and you're not spotting anything, and you're like, where's Evan? Christ.
Ooh.
No, now you do it. So, do you want to move at all? Like you're crawling, so you can only go one hex unless you make a mobility roll. You can go another hex crawling.
Yeah, I'll just move straight south, keep
Oh,
moving,
okay.
and I'll just 1x and be careful.
Okay, so you're slithering down, and you can move your character, correct? Yeah,
Yep. Is that cool?
sure. That's technically 2 hexes.
Yeah, I can't see the hexes
Oh,
for
you
some
can't?
reason. Oh yes, I
Oh,
can. I can. They're
okay.
very light though.
I can actually change that.
Uh,
I kind of do that on purpose a
yeah,
bit, but and you can zoom in and out with your scroll wheel as well.
yeah, I've had to. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I've got it
definitely
now.
easier on like the fields and stuff to see it, but
All right. So, yeah, and the smell from the pond is kind of making you nauseous a bit. Um, the next marauder, where's this guy? Oh, now this guy here. Let's make our opposing rolls now, because he's looking. You know, now he's -1 from the rain, and you also. Yeah, he's pretty low. He's probably not gonna.
all right, let's see here. Yeah. Okay.
So he shrugs and he's standing there and he takes out his wang and starts to urinate and he just stretches a bit and he yells something. Do you speak Polish?
I do not.
So he yells something Polish and these guys uh, they look and say something back and then they leave they two of them pick up the body between them and they start heading down the road. Well, they're going to be heading down the road with the body. It looks like they're going toward the pond. Or no, they're going back towards the villa with the body. Excuse me. And you probably know what's going to happen then.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
let me think here. Okay, moving along. So Max, you're in the back. I'm going to get you right now before you let me know what you're doing. Give me a recon roll, a passive one, so that just means you can't push it. Okay, and so what do you want to do right now?
Move directly east. I want to get behind the structure.
Got it. So you can move 2 hexes and then make a mobility roll if you want to go further. There's no real penalty if
How's
you
that right
miss.
there?
That's good.
There's no real penalty.
Not if you just go 2 hexes. There's none. And there's none if you want to make a mobility check and go further. You don't actually suffer penalties for that if you
All
fail.
right.
You just
Yeah,
don't
let
go.
me try it.
Yeah,
I'll
if
roll a
you.
d6.
Okay. So Evan, or pardon me, Nick, you see him kind of shuffling in behind the building. He's going to be going out of sight soon from you.
Yep.
Okay. Did you get a?
Got a 3.
Okay. So he's slinking along,
I'm
and we'll
still
go
right.
right.
Still standing.
And well, Sergey's up, and Sergey, give me a recon roll before you do anything. Passive one.
Okay. Do I have any modifiers to this?
Okay. So what do you want to do this
Okay.
round?
Okay, I have a +1 for spotting others and avoiding ambushes, but okay.
Okay. Pardon me. You have +1. Did you add that?
I did not add that, but I've got 2 12s and I missed them both of them, so I don't think it matters.
Oh, jeez. That is a bad roll. I think it's.
Oh, Twilight 2000 and I have a history of me getting bad rolls. So.
Oh, drat. Were you
Uh,
driving?
Yeah,
yeah.
he was. He was the one driving too. So
Well, the other game that I just dropped out of, I like my first 3 shots. I had an A and an A in ranged combat, an A in agility, and 4 out of my 5 rolls were ones on D12s.
oh
So,
my God.
Drat.
yeah. So I went completely opposite with this one. Decided to go no combat ability. So it's not saving me, but
Got it.
yeah. He's not, like I said, he's not a fighter, so he's going to kind of try to stay sort of behind the fighters a little bit, but at least close enough that he can squeeze off a few shots if he has to. So he'll probably just move a couple of.
Yeah, you can
Oops.
hang out by me, Sergey.
Yeah. Just probably move. I didn't want him to move there, but I can't really see the lines. There we go.
If you hold shift when you move, I think you can actually put your avatar anywhere.
Let me try to move him back to where he was
Shift?
then. There we go. Shift.
Oops.
Nope, not working for me. But here, he's going to kind of move here and then here, I guess.
Okay, and
Still
you.
a clearing there up to the north that he doesn't want to get into if he didn't have to. Sorry, Max.
Mhm,
So he'll lurk a little bit. That's it.
got it. And I think we're at the top of the order now. The last guy was the marauder by the burning jeep, and he's helping carry the body between the 2 of them. And the other guy's just following. The 3 of them appear to be going back toward, or 2 of them are going, and the other guy is actually heading down the road this way. Evan, you assume he's posting up somewhere,
Okay.
and that's the end of the round. So we'll go back to the top, and now we're with the guy posting up. Pardon me. He's now. You see him. There's a little bit of a structure here in this. It's kind of blurry or whatnot, but there's a kind of destroyed shed area, and he sneaks into that. The next guy, and these 2 guys are carrying the body, so they start stumbling, and between the 2 of them, they can go a couple hexes. They're heading that way, and they're kind of arguing and stumbling and laughing. And Evan, you're up.
I'm gonna keep holding the fort. I you know, I want to see what this last guy is gonna do. So same hex. Uh, just keep an overwatch on him, and if he moves any closer, I'll probably light him up.
Got it. Nick.
So I'm gonna gesture to Sergei to. Now I'm assuming to the right of me, to the east of me, there's a small courtyard there next to the building that's
Hmm.
slightly covered with trees.
Yeah,
So I'm
over.
gonna,
Mm,
yeah. So I'm gonna gesture to Sergei to keep an eye on that courtyard, and then carry on moving down, observing in front of me, down to the south.
Excellent. So go ahead and move. Um, it's now you hear these two guys laughing and talking. And do you speak Polish?
No.
Okay, so you hear just people speaking in a European tongue. No stay stark about that. That does dump. Night. And you estimate they're on the other side of the villa, 60, 70 meters away.
So I'm prone anyway, weapon at the ready, just ready to go. Is
Okay.
there any chance? Can I roll to see if I can see the guy in front of Evan, or is that too far? Too far out?
I will give you -2 because you're looking through a bunch of trees.
It's worth it.
Yeah. And technically in this game, when you actually play the battle maps, there's unless it's dense forest, you can't see through it. But if it's light forest, you can see up to 3, I think, hexes through them. But anyway. Oh yeah.
Quick one out.
You spot another guy just. Oh yeah, wait, is that? And you did spot this guy,
Okay. Yeah.
but it's barely, and you can tell he's like, ooh, yeah, to the trees. I think that's your move then.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh, this marauder. Now here, he seems to have given up on his curiosity, and he throws his cigarette butt and zips up, and he walks to the road, 2 hexes, and then I'm gonna make a roll. And he kind of stumbles up to the ditch and kind of gets up on the road and like sees curses and looks around, and then gets a bit serious though, has his weapon couched, and it looks like he's going to be walking down the road. He's facing your way, but not looking at you anymore, by the way. But he's being cautious. Everyone, like I said, is very cautious in this world. So that's what he's heading this direction. And next guy. Interesting. Max.
Yeah, so I just want to continue going down the.
Oh, no, sorry. There's a Marauder's turn next. Pardon
Oh,
me.
my bad. My bad.
No, not at all. I'm just thinking here a minute. This guy's here. Okay, I'll have to get you to give me a passive recon roll. You're doing an opposing recon roll right now.
Who's that?
That would be you.
Oh.
Oh wow, neither of us. So what we're gonna okay, I got an idea here. This guy comes walking out of the forest. And you didn't hear him or anything earlier. You failed that recon roll last round. And he was being cautious enough. This marauder comes to the forest, and this voice behind you says something. Do you speak Polish?
No.
He says something in Polish, and he's pointing a rifle at you. It's a shotgun. Appears to be a pump-action shotgun. And he's dressed in like a trench coat, which is camouflage. It's got twigs on it and things like that. He doesn't look military, but he looks like a survivor. He meshes in pretty good with this kind of ghillie suit, I guess you could call it, a rough one. But this shotgun's pointing at you, and he says something. Taco. And you're not pointing at your gun at him. You were kind of, your back was to him. And you just turning around and see him. What do you do?
Shit. Put my hands up. What can I do?
Drop gun, drop it. He yells.
Put the weapon down.
Sergey.
Where's this guy at?
Oh, pardon me. I have to make him visible. Can you
Oh
see him?
shit.
See him now?
Yeah, I do now.
Okay.
That sucks.
And yeah, because he looks like he's gonna shoot. Um, and it is your turn next, so you comply for the moment. You were saying, or
Yeah, that's correct. I don't
got
have
it?
much of a choice. He's got the drop on me.
Yeah, both of you failed your recons against. So he kind of got surprised you got to slip on you. Moving now, Sergey, it's your turn next, and hear you speak Polish, and you heard the guy first go, "Ah, put your gun down." The guy says in Polish, "I'll blow your fucking balls off." And then he says roughly crude English, "Drop, drop, 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 gun." And you see Max drop his gun.
All right. Sergey will try to, I guess, gesture to see if he can get um,
Poach's attention.
Poach's attention down here. Yeah, Poach's attention, and sort of wave a little bit and point up to the north. I don't know if he gets him. What would I need to roll to do that? Do you think?
You could roll. Now he's in command, so I'll give him a command roll to see how well he has his communications going with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that'll work.
Is that me?
Yeah,
Is that Poach?
yeah.
Okay. Which, oh, good luck here. Why don't I? I'm a staff sergeant, yet I have no command.
Hmm.
That's good. Well, let's go for it then.
Do you have command, Sergey? Probably not. I'm assuming.
No,
I
he has
didn't.
a empathy, but that's about it. So,
Okay. Now, how far? You guys are only. Well, you're pretty close. You're only about 40 or 50 feet away, and he's in contact. I don't think that was necessary unless he wanted to give you command or something. I mean, you could get his attention. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, you guys are pretty close.
all right, and then
Yeah,
I
we're
guess
not. What's the distance of a hex? Sorry.
10 meters.
10.
10.
Yeah.
10,
Yeah, we're more or less close. We're holding hands more or less.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're about 35, 40 feet apart, but I might. I'll have to read look because that's what command's kind of for, though, right? It's a staying cohesively and tactically, unified.
Yeah.
It's a bit different than going, psst, psst, hey, hey, and the guy looks at you. It's about communication. So and for now, let's let it slide, and you got his attention, and you're pointing back. He's pointing back toward the back of the building.
Okay. Sergey then will try to stealthily, I guess, move up, see if he can get north of him, and or at least get somewhere up around here-ish to maybe get a little bit of a drop on him or something.
Oh, okay. Are you prone? You're not prone, right?
Not prone.
Gotcha.
Just been kind of
Using the
crouching.
forest. Sure, you can try sneak around. I could then we would have an opposing recon roll against him.
All right. So let's see. I need to move my 2 first of all. Correct.
Correct.
All right. Well, keeps moving in a different direction than I'm moving. But there we go.
So
It's
you're
pretty
about
stubborn.
you're about 30 meters, 100 feet.
Um, I will go ahead, since this is dire enough, I'll go ahead and try the mobility check, I guess, see if I can move another one.
Sure.
Let's try it.
And if you get more than one hit on that mobility check, you'll get more hexes.
Not the most mobile person in the world. I don't think I have any bonuses to that. So, nope. Alright,
Okay.
there goes.
And make a recon roll.
Alright, let's make the mobility check first, or the recon roll first.
Oh, mobility to see if you get further. Yeah.
Okay, let's try mobility. Nope.
No.
Well, I'm just not going to roll anything above a 4 today. Alright. And then we'll make the recon check.
There you go.
That was not me.
Oh,
No, that was.
Well, there you go.
But you did tie him, so he, for the moment, doesn't see you. And you're slinking around, and you're good at that too. Sergey can probably move pretty slinkily when he needs to.
I would hope so. But, that's it then.
Good. Okay. Where are we here? Okay, so we have one marauder. Oh, that's the guy carrying the body. So the two guys, I'm kind of they're doing their initiative together. So they managed to move the body that far, and um, yeah, they don't know what's going on there yet. I thought almost okay. Yeah, they have their rifles kind of slung on their shoulders for the moment. Okay, so that's the second round. We're on round 3 now, and this first Marauder, Evan, you kind of lost sight of him a bit. He's posted up in that shed thing, Dealey. Okay, so that's
Yep.
the first guy, and then this guy's carrying the bodies, and I'll move them a couple hexes further. Actually, they're in the same hex. Actually, I should have it like this. And then Evan, this guy, you think he's either going to the pond or he's going down the road.
Right. Um, just one quick bit of bargaining here or bartering. I never actually picked um my piece of group gear.
Oh,
Um, would it be possible, and you can obviously say no, um, for me to get a pistol and instead of getting, I think it's like a couple reloads for it, get one reload and a suppressor?
ooh, suppressors are pretty rare, but
It's true.
uh,
I'll even
I
take
don't think there's
zero
a suppressor
reloads.
offered on the group list, right?
Yeah, that's my bartering.
Oh, I
Instead
gotcha.
of taking extra reloads, it would be replacing that with the suppressor.
Would your
Like I said,
background, like I'm inclined to say no, but unless your background would really justify it,
yeah,
that would be an option. But that is a rare item. It's not like kit. It's um, and like I said, if your background, you were sort of special forces and so on, right?
yeah, and I mean a lot of the stuff we were doing was intended to be covert. Um,
Then
a
that's
lot of
okay. I'm okay then. Sure, why not?
okay, yeah, a lot of guys actually would carry them for guard dogs,
Yeah, and
if
like
nothing else.
it makes sense to me. But you know what I mean? If it was like
Yeah, no,
some
I get it.
background, I'd be like,
If I was a mechanic,
sure.
I wouldn't be asking.
So do you want to hold your action and do a Overwatch?
Yeah, same thing.
Gotcha.
I'm still praying that we can get out of this without uh somebody because I have no idea what's going on up there. I'm
Good.
still
Excellent.
praying that we can get out of this without shooting
It's
a lot of
pretty. It's
people.
a bit tense, eh? I noticed. It's like
Hmm.
first kind of, and it's a complex. Things haven't gone the way you planned it, or
The plan survives first contact.
well, making the wrong rolls, right? You miss some
Yep.
recons in this game when it's like, ooh. Uh, so Nick, now you are up, and you heard those two
Yeah.
guys, and they're still talking away and hauling that body.
Can I see those two guys? I can see the guy that's walking on the road. Um, I've gone static. I'm prone. Can I see the two guys
Yes,
that I can hear?
you can, and but
Oh right. Okay.
you are
So
going to be minus because you're seeing them through trees and overgrowth,
yeah.
but you can see them. That's what I'll rule. But they're going to go be out of sight. You can see, and you can see they're going across, and they're going to be entering the building um, next soon.
Yeah. So because they're my threat, but because I don't know where Evan is. The guy to the south is a threat in case he can't see him. So it's difficult. I'm gonna keep my rifle on the guy to the south that's walking towards Evan, and I'm gonna wait for the two guys over to the east to walk out of sight. So really, I can't. Once they walk out of sight, then I'm gonna walk along the building and
Mhm.
try and get behind them. But I'm not gonna move until they're outside.
Roger.
So there's nothing I'm doing really. I'm just aiming at the guy walking towards Evan.
Got it. So doing an overwatch on him.
Yeah, I suppose
In
I am. Yeah.
essence, okay. And technically, you're holding your action too. You can still go. Or no, Overwatch means you have to watch, so you can't like spin around and sit and shoot at the end of the round at the other ones. Uh, so anyway, so this Marauder, he can go double speed on the road, and he cautiously kind of goes along sort of the edge of the road, moving. He starts going your way, Evan. Pardon me, I kind of skipped a bit, but he's just trooping along. So let me know if you want to do anything.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to, unfortunately.
He is going to be
Um,
going very close to you soon.
yeah. Yep, I was thinking I wasn't gonna need it, but I think I'm gonna use the suppressed pistol.
Okay. Yeah, you never because it's risky. He might go by you, and but then again. So you're going to shoot him from that range?
Correct.
Oh, interesting. Excellent. You go to. There's a couple ways to do this. You can go to gear, and then you can press the pistol there,
Right.
and it please insert a magazine.
Yep.
You're not a. Okay, I'll let beware of that. Everyone, check your weapons now. Make sure they're armed, loaded.
Did I
Mine
that
is, but
work?
it's on
No,
the
that did
ground.
not.
Yeah, in the future, I might be a bit of stickler about that. Because it actually comes to a point where you have to do reload, and you might only have 2 rounds in your mag, even if you have one.
Oh, there we go.
And
Okay.
then
So,
everyone know how to do that, by the way. The edit your magazine.
all right, I think I got it
No,
figured out now. Yep.
Cool.
I've got the numbers in my. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the edit
So,
button. Okay, go ahead.
are there any penalties, bonuses? I don't know if the rain affects it.
He's moving, so that's
Okay.
-1.
Okay.
But you have Overwatch, but that just means you get to shoot him anytime.
Right.
That's about it. The rain doesn't is
Okay.
not affecting at this range or in this time of day.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think it's just -1.
All right.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. So you did get 2 hits. And what's the damage on that pistol?
It is 1 with a crit of 2.
You did crit him, and you hit him in the torso. That's what the T there is.
Okay.
Used 6 ammo, and so you just and
Yeah, pretty much. Bag
so,
dumped on him.
yep. Do you want to roll your crit, or do you want me to roll it? I'll look it up real
No, you
quick.
can roll it. That's you're probably gonna do it faster.
Okay, crit injuries, torso. Ouch, holy crap. Okay. Pardon me, I got the wrong thing going here. Oh, there it is. Torso. Boom. Roll. Here it goes, here it goes. These are always fun. Oh,
Ooh.
oh. Well, yeah, it's a professional hit. I don't know if you see that.
Yeah, I see
Heart,
it.
heart
Oh,
impaled. Basically, it's lethal. There's no time limit. Instant death. It says.
All right.
He drops
I'm okay with
instantly.
that.
Yeah, and you see that, Evan. Suddenly you see this guy just like a sack of potatoes shot right through the heart, like instant death. Doesn't make a sound. Blah.
Awesome.
nice.
That's about as well as it could have gone.
Yeah,
Well,
indeed.
I mean, it could have gone better if he just walked by, but there's no guarantee on that.
Okay, and now there is another marauder who comes out of the building. Can you see this guy?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so he's going to move and he's talking to the other guy in Polish, and Sergey is saying, "Who the fuck is this? Jesus, it's military. I told you this place is dangerous. We got to keep moving. We got to keep moving. They're everywhere." And he goes over and he grabs your rifle off the ground, Max.
I'll be right back in 1 second.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's his move. He came outside because the other guy he heard and stuff, and he goes and grabs your rifle, and that's his move. He's in the same hex as you, and the other guy's like, "What do we do with him? What do you think?" The other one sneers. But it's your turn, Max.
All I've got is my knife on me, and it sounds like they're gonna kill me.
You don't
Two enemies.
understand Polish, but you could see these are killers.
Yeah, I can tell in their faces. So I'm gonna grab my knife and go to town on the guy to my right in my same hex that just picked up my rifle.
Got it. Okay. So
Don't let people
they're
loot.
talking, but they're cautious, of course. But it's your move. You can, unfortunately, this guy is Overwatch on you.
Yeah, but I can. Can't I get in closer to the dude that's right there in the same hex that
Yes,
just
he
picked
is.
up my rifle?
Yeah, and what I was going to do then is make an opposing recon roll to see if you can knife this guy and kind of use him before this other guy can basically stop you. And he might not care. He might just shoot you both.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, that's
Um,
true. But I mean, I'm dead either way. There's.
yeah,
I don't understand Polish, and I'm not gonna be able to
sure.
talk my way out of it.
So give me a recon.
1-6, 1d6.
Oh, you don't have recon.
No, I don't.
Got it.
That's why I've been rolling shitty.
Yeah. And
Should have been once. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
he missed his as well, so he does not act like before you do is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a bit important. What move do you pull on this guy? Because you know this other guy is gonna probably try to blast you.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But try just to knife this dude and mm, do my best.
Alrighty. Let's see what you got. You got your close combat, of course.
Hell no, I ain't. I'm a Rimph. I'm a mechanic.
Got it. Now this guy's was surprised because he didn't make his recon. So I'm not going to say he can try block you because in close combat you can choose to block somebody's attack. So you get your knife attack on him.
Okay.
Let's see. And you can push this one if that's an option. The dice.
Hell, I don't even know what I roll.
Close combat on your character sheet.
Yeah, I'm
Skill
looking at.
under strength.
Shit. It's fucking F. I made a D or I don't have any,
You still can get your strength.
which is a B.
Yeah, so you
So
you
that's
still
the
hit
same
close
shit.
combat and it'll still use it, but if you don't have the skill, you'll only have one die.
Modifiers. Roll.
Do you want to push?
Yeah, I'm gonna die. So yeah, I'll push it.
You can actually hit the push button in the. Oh wow, and that's actually a fumble.
Yep.
So you take a damage. So you might strain yourself or cut yourself or something. I'm not sure. Or you
Go ahead
could
and roll it.
describe.
No, just go ahead and I'll let you roll the fumble.
Okay. Boy, the
Looks like
die have turned.
yeah.
Um, I just have to find it. Where is the? Okay, travel. Initiative. Pardon me, I just need a second to find where it is. I'm not sure if there's actually a crit fail table for close combat. So as a referee, that's sort of I have to come up with something. Okay, he goes to hit you with the rifle butt. It's sort of an opportunity thing. So you go to stab and you kind of muff it.
Right.
And thinking and he hits you in the head. Do you have a helmet?
Yeah, my Kevlar.
Okay, so he cranks you and your helmet absorbs, like you're lucky you have your helmet on basically. It it takes the damage from his rifle butt. And you rings your helmet, crang, and you just instinctively ducked your head down in time. Um, okay, so that's your action.
Okay.
And I'll go. The next one is. Sorry, guys, I lost. Okay, there it is. Sergey, you're up. And you see this happen. You're just like, oh no, no, and you see this guy with the rifle butt, and they're fighting, like the two. And the guy with the shotgun, you're not sure what he's going to do yet.
Yeah, Sergey was his plans kind of shot to hell at this point. He's going to try to sneak up and threaten the guy to the north, but then he tried to gesture for Poach to come up, and Poach obviously didn't understand what he was doing. He thought maybe he was ordering takeout or something. So he's thinking fast. He's thinking fast. He knows he can't shoot worth anything, so he's going to yell out from behind cover here, and he heard them speaking in Polish.
Yep.
He's going to try group persuasion here of drop your weapons. You're surrounded. Drop your weapons if you want to live.
Nice. Nice. So do you have persuasion?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, he has oodles of persuasion.
Okay. Do you make yourself? I'm gonna say if you don't present yourself, you're gonna have a penalty -1.
Okay.
If you're just using your voice, like alone.
Yeah, I do have psyops, which gives me +1 for changing someone's mind about a particular issue. So I think those two would balance out.
Oh, okay.
And I think everything else I have is around trying to either negotiate price of an item or something else like that. So 2 A's then.
So if you succeed, tell me if it's a crit too. But if you succeed, you go ahead. Actually, we'll see what happens. Roll.
Nice.
Success. Tempted to try to push the other one, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and push the two. We'll see.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Nice, man.
Okay, because the more severe. So if I was going to go, if you had one success, he was actually not going to shoot at him. He was going to spin and shoot at you. And even though you're not visible, did you take the -1 for staying concealed?
Yeah, -1 for staying concealed, and then a +1. They balanced out. So.
Yeah, I said if you got one success, he would have shot at you, and he would have been -3 because he's just going by sound and stuff. A +2, he would have put his gun up and spun around and not shot. And 3 successes, he actually, well, we'll see when his turn comes, but it looks like he's leaving. He actually looks around. Suddenly, his eyes startled. You're very convincing, Sergey. I'm not sure what you said. If you had something in mind you wanted to say, you said something about being surrounded.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the old classic.
Use some nasty Polish words to describe him as well. So.
Okay, so it happens to be his turn. He's last, this guy, and he turns and runs into the forest.
Hey, Darren. Just for your information, for the future, the crit failures are under damage. There is no fumble table. You just take 1 damage per crit fail when you push a roll.
Yeah, no, but I meant when he crit fail. Oh, Like he actually crit failed on the roll though, right? If you roll a
Yeah,
one,
that's
oh,
by
okay.
pushing a skill
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. You take a damage.
roll. If you push a skill roll using strength or agility, you suffer 1 point of damage for each.
Okay, that makes sense then. And then actually, it turned out better for you because he hit your helmet with the rifle butt. I'm gonna roll mobility for this guy to see if he can get further, and he does. So he's out. He's gonna be out of sight. He pretty well is with his ghillie and such. He runs into the forest, Sergey. So it worked. Good push.
Yeah, that was a good job, man.
That was
Whew.
good push. So for the moment he's gone. He
Thank you,
takes
buddy.
off. Yeah, Max. I thought
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
He was gonna shoot you like the next round, and he didn't care if he had his buddy. Really, he was gonna shoot. Um, so who knows? Anyway, I'm curious if what would happen there, but I'm glad it didn't. So we're at the top. It's round 4. You're not sure. We haven't had a shot fired yet, have we? Or anything loud?
Not one that someone would hear
No.
at
Okay.
least.
So this guy posting up, you're assuming he's still in that area, in that old shed of some sort. And that old shed is like one of those roadside shrines they have in Europe.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Catholic countries
yep.
and stuff. They're little things for whatever a saint or Mary or whatever. But it's kind of dilapidated and overgrown and stuff and crumbled. But it's a bit poignant, I guess. And anywho, um, these two guys, apparently oblivious to what's happening so far, have entered the building and will be out of sight, but still you can hear them moving around, and you don't want to know what's going to be happening soon. Uh, but we'll see. They probably won't remain undistracted forever. Moving along to Evan, you're up. And
Um, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to put a kill on this guy. He's dead. I forgot to do that.
So again, I still don't really have a good idea of what's going on. Is there like a ditch by the side of the road or anything?
Yes.
Okay. Um, I think I'm gonna get up and just kind of pull this guy into the ditch so he's out of sight. If that's, I think that's, yeah, because it's
Now
two.
you realize I've kind of been keeping an eye on this. The
Mhm.
smoke from the wreck is sort of obscuring your visibility
Yes.
from there. That's kind of
Yep.
what's giving. And plus, there's some bushes and trees.
I'm
So
I'm kind of actually
okay,
relying on the smoke obscuring me a little bit.
sure. And it is working that way to your advantage. So you go out, slide him back. I don't think a roll is necessary. Um,
Okay.
yeah, you've noticed that he has an AK, a banana mag in it, and he also has a machete. Um,
Okay.
oh no, this guy's got the axe. This was Hatchet Boy.
Oh, it was Axeman, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I don't feel bad about killing him, man.
So you drag him, and I'll put a little thing on here.
Does he have any, not that it really matters, but does he have any sort of like identification on him? Any tattoos? Anything that I would stand out at least?
Okay, you're in a hurry, so give me a recon roll.
Sure.
Because you don't want to be there too long, and
Yeah.
the smoke's
Yeah, no, I
swirling
agree.
around. I'll roll to see if it starts to move direction or something. You have a feeling that
No.
guy can see down that road, and he can see pretty good, probably to the bottom of the
Okay.
pondish, right?
All right. That's good. Okay.
Okay, what does strike you is you see um, you're kind of frisking him and stuff, and you pulled his tunic aside somewhat, and he has a tattoo that kind of catches your eye, um, and it's a recent tattoo, you can tell, and you have to give me a moment because I have to quickly look at the factions I had here. One momento. It's a religious tattoo, which is not uncommon in these parts.
Right.
Oh, there it is.
Is it like a prison tat or is it more professional?
It's a sword, and it's a broken sword.
Okay.
Um, and it's a you know a thing or two perhaps and hobby wise or whatever, but it's definitely a European like what would be like a King Arthur broadsword, but it's broken. I'm just quickly reading here a minute. It looks like a jagged sword, like broken.
Okay.
And then there's around it there's like uh, a ribbon with writing on it in Latin.
Okay.
And I don't know if you'd know much Latin, but
I I might have picked up a little bit from my dad being a history teacher, but probably not.
you'd know like Rex,
Right.
and there's also um, and the banner itself has the colors of the Polish flag actually,
Okay.
which would be white and red.
Yes.
Trying to think, yeah. And then you're like, oh, okay. Um, that's that. And you also find bandages on him
Okay. Yeah, I'll
and
pocket those.
a container with some meat.
Okay. That I'll probably just leave where it is.
Probably wise.
Um, if it's not possible, that's fine. Is it AKM something I can quickly just kind of yank off of them?
Yep, and you're not prone at the moment, just so you
Yes,
know. Yep.
correct.
Yep.
All right, yeah, I'll just kind of sling that over my shoulder and
hmm
move back towards the tree line as best I can with what I
That
have
mag's
left.
full, and he also has a half mag.
All right, yeah, I'll
So
just kind of shove that down inside my shirt, let my web gear catch it inside.
got it.
Not mess
So
around with trying to find a spot for it right now.
you can go to gear when you have a moment and drag one onto your
Okay.
character, and then keep an eye on your encumbrance.
Yes,
If you hit the red there at the end, and if you have a backpack, remember you ditch your backpack. If you didn't, you're -2 to everything.
correct.
Everybody,
I
okay?
actually, for some reason, paramilitary guys don't get backpacks, which is
Oh,
weird, but um, I think I'm actually pretty good on encumbrance, honestly. But that's a good
yeah,
point.
you can carry some stuff, but it adds up.
Yes,
Oh yeah. Okay, so you're done then, I think.
correct.
And Nick,
Yep.
you heard a commotion, and you suddenly hear Sergey yell out something, and he sounds convincing, even though you don't understand Polish. But it sounds like it's holy cow, that's impressive. Like you're tempted to kind of go, oh Jesus, should I get the hell out of here?
Yep. So I've also witnessed some guy get dropped on the road, and then Evan go grab him.
Yes, you now.
So I'm sort of smiling to myself, thinking, "Yep, that's my guy." I'm waiting for these two, this pair of marauders to. Have they now moved into the building, or are they about to?
Out of sight. Yeah, they're in the building somewhere.
And obviously now I've heard Sergei, and have I heard anything else? Have I heard anything to do with Max and their fumbling?
Yeah, you would
Or
have
have you?
heard a commotion. There's something going
So
on with Max. There's something wrong.
yes. So I'm gonna now get up and move crouching, so not prone, but move back up to the north to the edge of the building, so that I can sort of get in line with Sergei to my left as I move up, but the building, I'm hugging the building to the right, if that makes sense.
Yep. And so you'll have to use your fast action to get up from prone, and then you can use your
Yeah.
slow action to move.
Okay, I shall do that. Why is that not?
No, I, I think do you have to make a mobility check to see if you can get up for free? I thought I remembered a rule that if you make a mobility check, you don't have to use an action to get up. Am I wrong with that?
I don't
Uh,
know that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking at free actions right now. Let's see here.
Because I know
Dropping
you're.
to the ground is free,
Yeah,
but I don't think getting up is, which makes sense because you're using gravity in one and fighting it in the other.
yeah.
Yeah, like dropping a backpack is a fast action, so I would assume getting up would be as well.
Okay. Um, yeah, and then I can double check it later. Sometimes they have that. You make a mobility check and you can do it for free and stuff. But
Hmm.
um, so you're up, Nick.
Yeah, I can't get rid of the prone now for some reason.
I'll get it.
So yeah, I can move 2 hexes.
Yep.
So I am
And then you can go
about.
prone again, or you can use cover, right? You can't do both.
Um. Oh, it's not moving now. What's going on with this now? Oh, I'm moving it to the location, but it's going back to the other one.
Rubber
Yes,
banding or something.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I can move them for now. I'm not sure what's going on with. So you wanted to go to the corner there?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll use the corner as cover rather than go prone.
Okay. Then I'll move you to the side of the hex like that. That means you're taking cover. So an outside wall, I think, gives you absorbs 2 damage if someone shoots through the wall. And it's also if you're completely covered from somebody, they can still shoot at you if they know you're there, but it's -3. But they have to know you're
Yeah.
there to shoot at you in general direction. So you're done then, I think, and you have your
Have you moved
weapon.
my have you moved my token?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out of Foundry and come back in because I can't see my token's still where I left it in the first place.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely
And I
lagging
don't.
and big time.
Yeah. Let
Okay,
me come back out and then join back up.
yeah, I think you're done though.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the next Marauder was killed on the road, and then we have this guy who's fighting Max. Okay, so you guys are hand to hand right now, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so he's going to try again to hit you with his rifle butt. Now, you can choose. Okay, I'm going to have to quickly. I have a close combat aid I forgot about. It's in the journal under referee. Or no. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Play aids. I'll show it to you in a minute. There's this thing that could be handy. Pardon me. Um, this is basically a cheat sheet. It's not, yeah. The only thing Foundry doesn't do well is let you move windows around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sure
Which
does.
is, yeah.
Is
So you
this
have
from
to.
the referee aid supplement?
No, I don't think so. Or yeah, it is.
Okay, yeah. The guy who made that's really cool. He was like the main guy behind the Canon Plus project.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to read that much. But anyway, this is a flow chart sort of thing. Um, so initiative cards, lowest card goes first. Yeah, combat initiative. Participant banks 2 fast actions or 1 fast, 1 slow action. Okay, so I'm just quickly going reviewing this real quick because close combat. Pardon?
No problem.
Yeah. And feel free to use these aids. They actually, once you get used to them, they have a lot of information on them, and they have all the adjustments and whatnot. Um,
Close combat's one of those things that nobody ever pays attention to because it never happens.
I know,
So when
right?
you actually have to
until
look
it
into it, you're
does.
like, oh my God. It's always super complicated too.
Uh, so you have to declare if you intent to block his attack, because we already did initiative. I'm assuming you don't reroll initiative on close combat. It says draw initiative cards. Lowest card goes first. Players may swap turns, be able to communicate. Yeah, see, we did initiative. We're continuing the initiative, so that's if we were starting a fresh close combat. You follow?
Yeah,
I
that's fine. You
think.
can go first.
Okay, yeah.
Block.
And correct me if I'm wrong. This is a bit learning curve. So you can declare now if you're going to block.
Yeah, I will. I'll
Okay.
block.
Diving blow, shoving, disarming, grappling, retreat, blocking. When attacked in close combat, you may spend a fast action attempting to block the strike. You may declare your intent to block before the attacker makes their roll, breaking the turn order. Blocking is not an opposed roll, so you may push it, declaring that you wish to do so after an attacker pushes their own roll. For every block you perform, you get one last fast action on your own turn in the round. For every block you perform. So you can do multiple blocks. You can use up both your actions blocking. Um, Meaning that once you block twice, you lose any further actions that round and cannot block again. So that, I guess, in a case if you're being attacked by multiple opponents or things like that, right? You can block two people unless you can attack somebody twice, but we'll get to that. All actions are refreshed at the beginning of the round. You may save your actions to block attacks, but your saved actions will never carry from one round to the next. While blocking, every hit that you roll will negate one from the opponent's roll. So it's just an opposing roll, but you're using up your actions, so you won't be able to attack if you. Um, Let me just, as far as I know, if you block. So he can attack you twice. He can actually try hit you twice. I think
What it sounded like.
he can use both his actions, or he can save one of his actions to try block you. You follow?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's now correct me if I'm wrong. This is how I'm interpreting it. So all to hit modifiers. The attack is a slow action. So maybe you can only block two, but you can only attack once if it's a slow action. So you only get one slow action in a round. But a diving blow, slow action. So there's actions during close combat. Diving blow. If in the same round you run into the same hex as the target, so that he didn't do that. That's a weird rule, but he didn't do that. You guys are in combat. As a fast action, he can attempt to shove or push an opponent to the ground. And that's a fast action. Okay, so there are different fast and slow close combat. He can try disarm you. He could try disarm the knife. And that is a single success, being held on both hands, six are needed. The attack causes no damage. It doesn't say. Oh, it's fast action disarming. Grappling's a slow action. And that's okay, there it is. And he can try to retreat from you. Mouse roll mobility if you fail, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sorry, that's interesting actually. I haven't read this for a while. Okay, he is going to try crack you with the rifle butt again, and you're going to try block. So we're going to make opposing rolls.
Mobility.
No close combat. Oh, nice roll. Wow, a 10 on a 10. I don't think there's any modifiers. You're not prone,
I was standing up.
standing. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I can't change my mind. I was going to actually have him try to shove you down first and then hit you with the rifle butt. But he just goes to crank you, but you got two. Let's see what he does. You block him because he got two hits. You got two. They negate. Then he tries to shove you down. I got it backward, but he still tries to. Do you want to block? Oh, okay. He's going for the block. And this is his fast action. Again, you nullify each other's moves. Okay, that works pretty quick then. You used both your actions to block, so if you're just fighting this guy off, he's trying to hit you and throw you down, and you successfully fend him off. And then that's your turn is used up. You've used your actions. Okay.
Really, Max spent some of his parents' fortune training under the Gracies.
He went to
Yeah.
Brazil for a bit. Hoist
why I'm just
Gracie.
a lowly mechanic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Max, I thought for a minute there you were gonna get shot with a shotgun.
I
Sergey.
got Sergey.
Yeah, no doubt. He's got your
Me
back.
and Sergey, bowdy bowdy.
Now,
Very,
let me think a minute. Oh, okay, that's not happening. And it's your turn now, Sergey.
very good, very good. All right, Sergey is actually going to move forward a couple here with the gun extended, and we're going to try the threat again. Drop it, drop him, or we drop you. Yes. Die. You will wish you had died by the time we are done with you. Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna give you a penalty because he's in combat and he's adrenaline's going. Yeah. I'm gonna penalty 1.
Okay, and that'll balance out with my.
Oh yeah, you're very persuasive, aren't you?
Yeah. With
That's his one big thing. That's
Negotiator or
psyops.
something like that.
Psyops. Yeah.
more of a hustler, I think.
Yeah, he's a little bit everything, but
A
he
little
has
bit.
no. When I say he has no combat ability, I mean he has a strength D, agility C, and no close or range combat. So he has
He's
about everything else, but he doesn't have that.
well, he's clever.
All right, so gun extended. That should balance out with the. We'll see what happens. Oh,
Another good one.
Wow. Okay,
dang.
a crit and a 3. It's over a crit. Um, he he responds. He can't help. He looks up into the barrel of the gun, pointing at him about 40 feet away, and yeah, I was gonna say you had to get some major successes for him to completely. And he kind of he freezes, and he's stops struggling at least momentarily. He completely kind of, and he's still holding the rifle up though, but he steps back.
Well, hopefully that'll be enough. He's distracted enough that Max can knock the crap out of him. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna say he's basically suppressed, right?
Clint Eastwood, take him out. Yes.
Nice. He's suppressed. So next round he can't do anything. That's what that means. I'm gonna
I'd
call that.
forgotten Sergey had get given extra nicknames to people. I forgot about Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I know, right? Nice.
Uh,
Awesome. Well done. So it tends to work. Now that you still have your fast action, like if you had something else in mind.
He had moved.
Oh,
He had moved up for his fast action.
got it.
So.
You're done. Okay, the 2 guys in the building. I'm going to give a recon roll because there's been a lot of noise going on, and but you hear noises coming from in the building. Like the building's pretty big. It's a pretty big villa, and they're in what would be the traditionally kind of the dining room. And you start hearing whacks and thunks and splattering noises
I bet.
from coming in there. And I won't really say much more. And rotating around, this guy still would not have heard anything significant. Now you're out of sight again, right, Evan?
Correct.
And the body's kind of in a little enfilade. So I'm going to make him a recon roll, but he has to score really high to see if he hears or senses something. But he would pretty well have to get a crit at least, but he does not. So he's still there. You guys have been quiet enough so far. No firearms beside the silence. And now, oops, we got okay. The other guy's in the. This is the other guy the 2 of them are doing stuff inside, so they're preoccupied. Evan, are you back and up and running?
It was Nick that had to leave for a second.
Nick is.
Oh God, yeah, of course. So Evan, pardon me,
Yeah.
you're back in the tree line.
Yeah. And there doesn't seem to be any obvious alarm that's been raised, so I am gonna try and let's see here. Yeah. There's trees right here, correct? And
Yeah,
these
it's
three
light
hexes.
trees. It's not heavy
Yeah,
forest,
okay.
right?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna try and um, make my way across up this way.
Okay. Uh, you know the
So
routine. If you
it's
want
at
to,
least it's two movement, correct?
right.
Two hexes. Okay. And I don't think I'll be able to do it, but I'm gonna try a mobility roll.
Correct me if I'm
Just to,
wrong. Can you use both your actions to go like double
I don't
movement?
know.
I just thought of that. You know what I mean? Your
Yeah,
slow and
yeah,
fast
yeah.
Read
action.
that. I believe I read that, but it's been a while.
Items. Oh, no. Yep. All right.
Um, for now, I would rule in favor of that if you move both your actions.
Fast. Yeah, fast action is run. Um, and slow actions typically are more involved. So yeah, I would guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't see anything clear on that. So, are we okay with me doing that then?
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can perform one slow action and one fast action, or two fast actions, so you should be able to double move as two fast
yeah.
actions.
See,
That's what I
I'm glad
thought.
somebody knows how to read around here. Jeez
Yeah,
Louise, it's
yeah.
not.
And
It's certainly not me.
it was nagging me. I thought, I think you can. Yeah, because you should be able to go further anyway if you use your whole movement. So
Right.
plus you can roll mobility
All
once.
right. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to do that, but let's give it a shot. Actors. There we go. Stats and mobility.
Ooh, round 5. Oh, you got another hex
All right.
out
So
of it.
one more hex. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to reconnect with everybody else now that our
Mm-hmm.
big problem has gone away.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. You see Nick at the edge of the building just as you
Okay.
come in that last little bit. And you hear
All
some
right.
noises coming from the villa now. Okay. Evan is done, I think. And Nick,
Yes.
you're up. You're at the corner of the building, and I'm. I don't know if you're looking behind you and would see Evan
Yeah.
or not.
So I mean, I can hear Sergei, and it seems as though he's got under control there. At the same time, I hear the noise from inside the building
Mm-hmm.
coming from here. So what I'm going to do is just literally turn the corner and face the other way, so that I'm facing towards Evan, and I'm also looking in the courtyard because I don't know what that noise is, and I'm also so I'm ready in the courtyard. I'm also going to gesture to Evan so that he stops just prior to the courtyard in the wood line about here. Because I don't know whether they're going to come out here, you see. Does that
Yep.
make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
So
give him like
really
a
that
quick thumbs up.
yeah, cool. And so really again I'm not doing much. I'm just literally turning around the corner, turning
Mm-hmm.
around, doing a 180 and keeping my aim and weapon in the courtyard
Okay.
and
Now
with my back to Sergei.
I'm gonna give you a command roll to see if you establish communications with Evan, like on a tactical level. Like you're both military, and he's your buddy, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
So
yeah.
you'll get a +1 on your command because he's your buddy.
I'll probably need that as well because my
Now you are in communication, you know what I mean, but this is if you can effectively coordinate and
yeah, and I get a +1.
and then you'll get an indicator. There's two in there, sort of thing, and you have hand motions and so on. Do you want to push that?
Okay. Yes, I literally press the push. Do I?
Correct. Oh, okay.
Very good.
Oh,
No stress or anything, and you guys are now in tactical communication. You can give commands through hand signs and stuff.
cool.
Okay.
I don't know
Um,
why I'm still Rugo on there, but it doesn't matter.
okay. So
On the card.
that would be your fast action. You can still act. have a slow action. If
I'll get it. Can I get into the prone and just
that's free
prone
action,
position?
prone's free. You still would have a slow action.
There's. I don't. Well, I'll go into prone anyway, waiting in that courtyard in case they turn up. But I
Okay.
Maybe
don't really think there's anything else I can do.
can you
Right.
do Overwatch?
Yes. Yeah. You could Overwatch. So you
I'll
could.
Just in
overwatch
case.
the
There
courtyard.
is a
Or if there's
door.
any,
There's
there's
a
a door.
door
Yeah,
here,
so I'll overwatch that door then.
and the noises are coming from the other side of the door. The door is kind of hanging partly open. It's kind of a bit wrecked, so you can hear kind of this wacky noise in there. And there's a guy laughing.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm overwatching the doorway
Okay.
in the prone position, and that's me.
All right. Now to our fight. This guy is sort of he's startled, right? Like I said, and he's suppressed for this round. He cannot act. So I bypass him. And Max, you are up.
Is the dude showing signs of surrender, or
Hard to
how would you
tell. No,
describe?
he didn't put his gun down. He didn't.
That's
It,
my gun.
right. He's still got it, and he just froze when he saw Sergey and the gun pointing at him. He just, you know what I mean? Deer in the headlights.
All right, I got a persuasion. The reason why I didn't use it at first is because I don't speak English or English. I don't speak Polish.
Yeah.
Uh, I sort of kind of want to give this guy a chance to surrender. Again, I'm playing a pogue and not a combat arms guy.
And he goes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let me try my persuasion to get him to surrender.
Yeah, you got a free round because he was suppressed.
Right.
Yep.
And if not, then I'll just kill him. But anyway, we'll
Now
try.
you don't speak the language,
Right.
so you're going to be
Gesture
-2.
for him to put the weapon down, tell him to surrender.
Okay, you're -1 because you. I should be -2 almost. I'm being a bit soft, but because of the language barrier.
Okay, but the gun being pointed at him behind me would also
Yeah,
help.
sure, but he doesn't know what you're saying, really, right? And
Maybe I could sing to him, because I am a musician and all that. Get that +1. I'm just playing. I'll roll it.
-1,
Here
-1.
here come, yeah, the bard.
Yeah, the bard. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to push that?
What is my consequence if I push it?
If you get, if you roll ones, if you fail, I think you get a stress point, and if you get ones, something that really bad happens.
Let me push it. Damn. Son of a. Oh, a success.
So you took a stress point,
Mhm.
and that was max, right? Persuasion, but you did not succeed in your intent. You don't think. He doesn't drop the gun. He doesn't react. In fact, it looks like he's going to act. Now, you still have a fast action.
Be just to go at him with the knife.
Let's look at our close combat thing. I'm not sure if you can do certain things. You can, because I think that would be a slow action to try to actually attack him with the knife. Let me have a double look. I'll go into play aids.
Yeah, I think a shove and retreat might be a fast action too.
Disarming is fast. Shoving is fast.
Let me do a disarming, because I'm not gonna create distance with this guy.
Okay.
He's got my rifle.
Quick read here. You can attempt to disarm your opponent with a close combat roll. If the opponent is holding something in one hand, only a single success is needed. If the item is being held in both hands, 2 successes are needed. So he has it in 2 hands. Additional successes have no effect. The attack itself causes no damage. The attempt may be blocked. Now, this is the same round, right? Because this is the same round. So he is still technically suppressed. So he cannot try to block you. If I'm getting that right. And so you basically you get to attack him. So you can do close combat to disarm him. You have to get 2 hits because he's got 2 hands on the weapon.
All right, time to do a prayer to Hoist Gracie.
There's an 8.
Does not disarm him. Now I'm wondering, correct me if you're suppressed. Now I just thought of this because it might come. This is one of those precedent rules, right? If you follow, um, if he's suppressed, I took the thing off. He actually still is suppressed. I'm not sure why I took that off. Does he get penalties? Like, do you get a bonus when you attack somebody who's suppressed? Because I think you do. Let me look at that close combat. It'll probably have it in there. And then once we get this figured out, it of course will be.
It's all good.
Yeah. It's kind of fun figuring it out too, in a way. So where are some modifiers? There's melee weapons, has all the damages and things.
Okay, suffer 1 point of stress, lose both actions in your next turn. And let's see your bonuses.
Because if someone's suppressed, arguably, like
defenseless target? No, that's not really true. Attacker prone, target prone, defenseless target, aimed blow, diving blow are the
what's
modifiers.
Defenseless target was +2, wasn't it?
+3.
Yeah, +3. I mean, okay, now we have to look at the definition of suppressed real quick, because is someone suppressed considered helpless? In a way, they are. They can't act.
Yeah,
right.
It's page 67 of the player's manual.
Okay. Thanks everyone for helping. And that's stupid. I can't.
That's what I copied and pasted. Immediately drop prone, 1 point of stress, and lose both actions. Which is weird for to be prone with it. I wouldn't think that would be.
Oh, so he is prone.
I think I think the prone is designed more for like when you're getting shot at and you just throw yourself on the ground.
Yeah, I think that's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I would
it's kind of like what automatically bailing out of a vehicle on suppression.
Right. And it's a bit misleading that he needed 2 hits. He's got 2 hands on it, but he was suppressed. I mean, I could almost make a judgment here, as well.
Yeah.
And I could have. I feel I should give you a bonus on your attack because he's suppressed. But you only have 1 die.
Only had 1 die.
Yeah. But you still could get a crit if you roll a d10, but it's hard to do. So I was gonna, if somebody's suppressed, it just happens he's suppressed. So I'm gonna say you get a +2 on your attack.
Then that would take it up to a 10, if I'm not mistaken. Then I roll an 8. Yeah, so I would have a 10.
Maybe
okay.
12.
So I guess my Gracie skills came in.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that for now. I'll do a little more research, and it's one of those rules where there's a gray area, and I might just have to make a call. And it just.
The pluses are for the die rolling, though, not for the base number, correct? Usually.
Right. Yeah. You increase
Yes.
the dies with bonuses.
It's a step up, technically.
Yeah.
I think.
And then if you're rolling just 1 die and it happens to be d12, the next step up would be you get a secondary 6-sided.
Oh, really?
That's good.
Yeah, it adds them
I
on.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and then it keeps going. Then that 6-sided will increase if you get more bonuses.
Man, we got 2 people who can read here. This is awesome.
Yeah, somewhat literate. Yeah. Okay, so should we do a re-roll? Because in its essence, you're rolling a d12 now. Is what it would be. So you could do your close combat and add 2 to it, or just go a close combat +2. And it's still slim because you're only rolling 1 die, but oh shit.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, thanks for your patience, everybody. You you crank him. Oh, you were disarming him. You take your rifle back.
Yeah.
You wrench it out of his arms because he's kind of stunned, and he's just and his eyes go open, his eyes flash wide, and we'll see what he does next. I'll roll a coolness under fire for him next round, probably. See how he reacts. Well done, Max. You're still alive.
Yeah.
Amen. Now I'm looking. Okay, this guy's not supposed to be here. Get rid of that. Sergey, your turn.
All right. Sergey's already out in the open and everything. He's going to move his 2 hexes to get into the same hex with everybody else there.
Okay.
He's going to put his gun right up against the guy's nose as part of his, just for his flavor,
You
and
got
kind of squish his nose over to the side and say in Polish, "I said to drop the weapon and get on the ground, hedgehog fucker," which apparently is actually a Polish insult. So.
That's awesome.
All right, I'll
That's
give you a persuasion roll, and I'll give you a bonus of 2. I mean, you're going to be off the charts with your dice, but
He's already,
that's awesome.
hedgehog fucker, is that what he said?
That's
Yes,
that's
that's
that's the kind of
actually-
character research I can totally get behind.
Oh, this persuasion thing is actually pretty powerful. Wow. I mean, the sword is, or the pen is mightier than the sword sort of scenario.
Yeah. Of course, if I ever blow it, then I'm just going to get absolutely ventilated.
And you see kind of he gives a little chuckle, kind of laugh surprisingly, but his hands go up beside his face, and he kind of yeah, hey man, it's cool, hey, you guys better watch out, man. We got friends around. I got friends. But he's completely
friends.
compliant.
You had friends. You won't for long.
Polish.
Motion him down on the ground, and that's about it.
Okay, and he goes. So you make him go prone.
Yeah.
He's quite compliant. Yeah, you really were persuasive. And to him, you're like, he's kind of pissing himself pretty well. You're like, you're really very very persuasive. So the two guys inside. Again, I'm making another recon roll. These guys just haven't made any rolls yet. Okay, the whacking and thumping stops suddenly. And Nick, you see there's a window here kind of and a broken wall. The roof's kind of a bit gone and such, but there's a large window there, and you see a figure kind of its shoulder or arm kind of head, and there's a weapon, and the weapon kind of comes out the broken window, and you see that somebody's looking out the window into the courtyard here, and he has his weapon poking out. And we have to make opposing recon rolls here. You'll get a bonus of 2 because you're concealed and prone. Or you're prone, so you get is it 1 or 2? I think it's 1 actually if you're prone. You'll get +1 on your.
I also get a +1 for my infiltrator as well.
I
Yes.
think you get +1 for your fatigues too.
And I will also say that you posted up right on the doorway in that area, that hex, because he's kind of technically on that. So you actually you can shoot any time. You have Overwatch. But I want to see if you spot him first, and
Okay, so I roll my recon with a +3.
Correct. He didn't succeed, so he doesn't see you, and you spot him, and he's in the same kind of cone. So I'm gonna judge that you can use your Overwatch anyway, but he doesn't see you. He's looking out, and your angle I was gonna get. Well, he failed. He doesn't see you either, Evan. But give me a roll to see if you spot him.
Sure.
And Nick actually you're in communication.
Yeah, we can chat to each other.
So Nick has given you the signal. There's
I'm letting him know he's there,
bogey.
and I get down or get in the prone before you move into his arc of fire.
And the other guy, I disappeared him for a minute because you're not sure where he is.
So who are we on now? Whose go is it now?
It's the other Marauder, and he comes walking out the door.
Oh.
He has a submachine gun. You think it's an Uzi of all things. And he comes
sense.
and he's coming out cautiously, and he's nodding and says something really quietly in Polish to the guy, inside, and he comes out crouching, and he's moving toward your corner, Nick. And he actually, it looks like he's going around the side of the building. His intent.
Kidoki.
And we're gonna have to make an opposing recon roll for you too. Now he's an adjacent hex, so you only get a +2. I'm gonna say, and then I'll just roll normal for him. He got 1 success, so you have to get at least 1 success. Because he's almost walking like right by you, but you're hidden. Oh, okay, you're good. You're hidden. He might even walk by you. You're really well hidden, and he seems intent on moving around the side of the building. Okay, so that is round 6. Everyone, can we take a short bio?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. 5
Awesome.
minutes, need a cigarette. Yeah.
Okay, and we'll 6-7 minutes or so, or give or
Cool.
take.
Sounds good.
Okay. Let's see here. Get some good rolls this time.
Yeah, I think I was saving up for those
Mhm.
rolls for Sergey. So
You were due.
yeah,
It's kind of a fun game though. I'm enjoying it. It's really gets intense sometimes. I'm amazed nobody's opened fire yet though. It's well, besides the one.
that was kind of yeah. It's kind of part of my goal was not to make any more noise than I had to too. with us spread out a little bit. So
It's working because you're taking them out, one at a time, basically. I was going to mention too, when Nick gets back with that recon roll he made, when he watched when that guy came out of the doorway, he stepped over something. You know what I mean? Kind of went his way to step over something invisible.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is sort of the world where someone would stick a landmine under their back door step. So
Oh, I mean, it's survival mode, right? If you don't, you're done.
Yeah.
Like even marauders are not stupid, you know.
I'm gonna have to try to remember that to keep an eye on the guy to the north, make sure he actually runs away, stays
Mm.
away.
Yeah, and I'm drawing a card for what he does. That's how I often do that with NPCs.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back. So I heard what you were saying.
Oh,
He stepped over something.
got it.
Just a question before we go on,
Yeah.
which has just triggered, because we've been using command. Do you get command on the rank you get, or is it just purely a separate skill?
For every successful specialty roll you make on a military life path, you get an advance in your coolness under fire. And you were asking about command?
Command, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Because it just seems strange how I'm a staff sergeant, yet I have no command.
No, and you could have taken it at the last option when they drafted you back in the army. You get those two of any kind. Plus, I don't think it depends on which life path militarily that you take. You don't necessarily get rank advances, or I mean commands. I'd have to take a quick look at the player's guide. But
part of it
It
too
just
is
seems.
the skills are so broad in this game that it makes it a little bit difficult sometimes to differentiate between like driving, for example. You, Driving covers everything from mopeds to nuclear submarines in this game.
yeah,
It's designed to be very
sure.
fluid. And I think
Yeah.
command is kind of more for like rallying people and, if somebody's suppressed, telling them to get up and things like that. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be.
Or
I mean,
giving.
theoretically, we should all
It's,
have at least like a D in driving, but um,
Well, you can
it's you
try
can't.
anything,
yeah.
right? You
Yeah,
can, and
I mean, you can. It just seems strange on the rank structure. I mean, in my before
yeah,
the event happened, I was a staff sergeant,
yeah.
yeah,
probably a platoon commander, and yet I have no command.
yeah, because you're
But
you're
I
not
mean,
you're not you're not screaming at boot camp recruits
yeah,
now, and
okay.
Well, everyone
Now
everyone
you,
they're
should have probably five at least 5 XP after this one to spend on something. So
I was just going to
most of
mention,
that's
us.
also true.
there may be a hitch though. You may have to have successfully done the skill in a
Yeah.
session
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
gain it, unless somebody
yeah. It's just
trains you in
just
it.
a question. I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. No, it's interesting. It's good. Good. Crunch some
and I
numbers.
think the theory too is like if you have a good empathy, um, even if you don't have a command role or a command skill, you still have some natural charisma there that lets you, cajole
Attempt.
people into doing
Sure.
stuff.
yeah,
You can still try to command. You'll just get one die.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, cool.
You can try any skill. That's in this game as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
just get one die. All right, so he climbs over. Where were we? You guys, are we ready to start? Everyone
yeah.
back?
Yep. I'm
Okay.
good.
So we're at the top of round 6 of this battle that's been raging. And it's a quiet one, actually.
I
I
was
was
gonna
just
say it's
mentioning.
pretty quiet.
Not really raging, yeah, more trickling. So we're back to our chap over posted up in that direction. And he really doesn't have anybody in sight. There's been no noise. Um, you're not sure what he's doing, but he's not showing up. And he's not shooting anybody. So we'll move to this guy who just walked into this courtyard now. And it appears he's going to walk into your hex, Nick. and that would require another recon roll opposing, just so you know. And this time, if you're in the same hex, he's going to have advantages. But you still are
thought we
very
just
good.
rolled that.
You got that +3 still, right? If you want, you can
Okay.
just ignore him.
Okay.
Okay, so he's moving with his rifle at the ready, the Uzi, and he comes around the corner, and we'll have to make our rolls. So he gets +2, and you have your +3.
Okay. I thought. Are we not? Have we jumped? Because I thought these are these two have moved, and now it's Evan's turn. Or am I being?
No, it's the top of the order, and
Okay.
yeah, and there's one of them happened to be at the top of the order for moving, and I'd been
Got you.
holding him back because they were holding the body, but now he's of
So.
course taking his place. He goes before Evan. So anyway, he gets one hit. Oh, I don't think he got a hit.
Oh. Nothing.
So he is going to try to shoot you. Now, were you holding Overwatch on the window, or were you watching this guy, right? And
Well, I was
once,
watching Overwatch on the door,
yeah,
so it'd
yeah,
be him because he came through the door. That's why I'm a bit confused now because they came through the door.
yeah,
Yet he's walked all that way,
you can
and
shoot
I
him
still have.
if you want.
Yeah. That's what that's what I
Okay,
need to do.
okay. Pardon me. I didn't. I assumed you were just staying hidden.
Well, on the
No,
last turn,
because they'd made their move, so I was
Sure.
gonna then. That's why I thought it was Evan's move and then mine.
So as he walks into the courtyard, you're gonna shoot him. We'll go with
Yes.
that then.
Yeah.
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 All right. Now we're going. All right. So you shoot him right away as soon as he enters like this hex. I
Yeah.
don't.
As soon as he opens that door and comes out.
Okay, and he's stepping over the thing, and he's coming in the courtyard. So don't forget to select your rate of fire. I'm trying to think of any modifiers. I'm not giving him plus, or the movement is too slow, and he's coming right at you. No, that's -1. He's moving. That's it.
So it's a -1 for me.
Yep.
And how do I select my rate of fire?
It'll pop up when you hit your weapon. It'll give you. It's in that modifier screen, and you have a plus/minus.
Okay, sorry.
Main
Okay.
combat.
Yeah. Oh, I'm using my. So I get a -1. Rate of fire. Okay, so I want to try and put 2 rounds into him.
That doesn't mean just 2 rounds. That means you have potential. You could still
7, 8,
fire
yeah.
7, 8 rounds, but it'll do less than if you did rate fire 6. But remember, you don't even have to hit him to suppress him. If you get one of your dice ends up getting a hit, and you don't actually shoot him with your core dice, he has to make a coolness under fire roll.
So I've got a rate of fire of between 1 and 3 on here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So he's a rate of fire of 2, -1, and my specialities will add automatically, will they?
You may have to select the option in that modifier window that you selected your rate of fire.
Yeah, sorry, yes. Yeah, so that's the rate. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, yeah, ready to go. Let's do it.
Rock and roll. Wow. Holy. Wow. You can't push that. You can't push ones. And in fact, a double 1, there's a chance your gun will jam. I think.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Darn, I'm trying to remember how this works again.
That was shocking.
That's double 1s. Wow. You don't see that very often.
that's stress, critical.
Yeah, so you do take some stress, but you also a double crit. I think you jam your weapon. I'm surprised Foundry didn't do that. I thought it would do that automatically.
I think it's only if you push it that it jams.
Oh.
But hold on.
Crit. No, that's wrong. I'm looking in the wrong place. Okay, so, all right, everybody. You have to clarify all these rules, eh? And you hit them the first time. It's
No
like,
problem.
that would be under Player's Handbook.
Suppression.
Combat and damage. Combat and damage. Okay.
Oh, that is pretty poor.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Damage, critical injury, aiming, range, shotgun stance, cover, friendly fire. Shit, doesn't have it there. Elevation, machine guns.
Oh, wait.
Anybody having any luck?
I think. No.
I thought
That's
I
not where
remembered
it
seeing
is.
that, but we'll give it a minute. If we don't find it, then we'll just say it happens on a push. But I thought if you got double ones, it was like, ooh. But
Chances of success.
I'm just not seeing it. And Foundry is a little different. It's difficult finding stuff on Foundry, the rules, because it cuts everything off always. I just pull out my player's handbook and.
I'm not seeing anything where you can't not push.
Well, you
Double
can't push
ones.
ones. Like you just can't. If you got a one on a die, you can't push it, and you had two ones. But I was wondering. Okay, let's move on then. If it happens to be you're off the hook this time, but I'm pretty sure. And then you have to.
Yeah, it says after pushing on page
Okay.
66, I believe.
Okay.
66.
Let's move on. So amazingly, how many bullets went off? Um, it was like a
10
Pulp Fiction
rounds.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, game. Wow. Yeah, that was. And he's still there, standing. um. So he moved, went into the courtyard. You shot at him. Okay, that's it. You missed. Oy, oy, oy. I was wondering if he had an action he could. It's still his turn. You used your Overwatch and interrupted his turn. So
Yeah.
he goes prone. He can do that as a free action, unless that's out of line. And then we'll move on to Evan now. Evan, suddenly you see it's on.
All right. Um, I am gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spray that guy too. I start yelling, contact, two guys in the building, one to the east, at least 80 meters, and then I rip off on the guy with the Uzi.
Okay.
All
He's
right.
you're -1. He's prone, and you're shooting
Gotcha.
through. I'm gonna say you're shooting through at
Yep.
least two of those. So you're -3
Okay.
altogether.
Let's see here. Journal, actors. There we go.
But there's no blocking. The bullets just rip through stuff, right?
Yeah, right. Let's see. Cool. Nope. That's all right. I think yes, heavy weapons. All right. And you said -2 or minus,
3.
yeah, -2, -3. All right. So it's -2 with machine gunner.
Ah, nice. And he's not moving, so it's not minus for that.
Let's see.
Ooh, that's a hit.
All right, that's a hit, and that's a damage of 2.
Okay, you think you got him. You think you clipped him. You might have seen a
Now, does
little
he
bit
have
of.
to make a coolness under fire
He
for
does.
that? Okay.
Yeah, even if. Oh yeah, he does. Um,
Oh, that's right, because even if you don't hit him necessarily.
okay, he's He yells some Polish curse, and so he has to go prone if he wasn't. But now he does. He's dropped already. But you tell he's just like you know, shaken up. You hit him
Now, since he's failed, does the other guy have to make a coolness under fire too?
if
Since
he's
he's
in the
so
same
close.
hex.
Oh, same hex. Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it is same X, isn't it? Which
Okay.
is
Yeah, that's perfect.
Um, nice. And that is, yeah, you aimed and fired, right? So okay. You
Correct.
can do a snapshot and save an action, but you're -2.
Right.
Unless the pistol, I think, is -1. A snapshot, which that
Right.
remember that because that comes in handy. -1 isn't too bad, right?
No, it's not too bad at all.
Nick, you're like shit. But you've shot. You've used your action. Because it was part of this round. You know what I mean, Nick? So your
okay.
Overwatch
Yeah,
was to shoot, and you missed. So we're moving on. Now you could go prone or something. You're already prone though. There's still things you can
I'm already
do.
prone.
Yeah. You can keep Overwatch on. Well, it won't really matter, but
You could crawl out of
Doesn't
the line
matter.
of fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl backwards round the
no, he
corner.
can't.
Oh, is that slow action?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
No, he aimed and fired.
Mm,
He has no
yep.
actions, right?
Gotcha.
Um, so Nick, you're basically
That's
done.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay. So this guy out here, was he suppressed again? Did I mess that up?
No, he's got Sergey's pistol in his face.
That's right.
Literally.
Okay, yeah, and he's down, and that's right. He's prone.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
prone.
So he's like, "Hey man, you're tough. Join us. We're tough. Jagged sword. Hey, you heard of us?"
I don't understand any of it because I don't understand Polish.
No, it's Sergey. He's talking. It's because it's his turn, so he's trying to
Oh,
persuade
my bad.
Sergey. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm not gonna make. Now you're not gonna. He's not gonna charm you or something. And you don't need opposing. He's not. But
Would okay.
I'll
I
give him a
guess
persuasion
I'll
roll
make
to see how convincing. Maybe I don't know. You're a pretty rough guy. No, he's just he seems kind of pathetic, and he's
Yeah.
And I forgot one thing. Give me a second. I have to draw a card here. I forgot our friend in the bush. One second. Ah. Okay. Nothing going on at the moment with him. And this guy, he's just squirming. And Sergey, you're just like, you piece of crap. Max, you got your gun back, right?
Put my knife back in the sheath, and one
You
part of me
heard you
wants.
hear gunfire, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I could just smoke this dude, and we could fall back and.
Well, Sergey's got his gun right at the get back of the guy's head. So
Now, here's a little rule that's sort of tricky in this
Mm-hmm.
game, just so you know. You can kill somebody in cold blood,
yep,
but you have to fail an empathy roll
yep,
But
Or
it's
have
not
the killer
killing.
specialty.
or have a killer
Is it?
specialty.
yep.
Is it really killing somebody in cold blood when they've already murdered for cannibalism? I mean,
You haven't technically seen that.
Well, you know that raises issues. I could assign a bonus or penalty on the circumstances, right?
Yeah.
And you might have a past where you're like, yeah, cannibals, I have zero tolerance.
no, I never remember. I never come in contact with a cannibal.
Right? And you don't know for fact. Like it's circumstantial so far, but pretty.
Yeah, he's doing the Polish version of Ash in Army of Darkness. I don't even know these assholes.
Yeah.
That's right. So anyway, there's a lot of things that can happen. There's gunfire blazing from around the corner. Your friends are, yeah, turn it on.
Hate it for you, Polish guy. I just put the barrel of the weapon at his head and pull the trigger.
Okay, can you give me a roll?
Empathy.
Yep.
Yes, empathy roll. You failed it. And so you shoot him. You do get a stress point, I think.
Yep.
I'm going to give you a stress point, just even though it's this. I think this is necessary, and I'm doing justice right now, right?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
one round, I imagine, does the trick.
That one round, yeah.
Okay, and there's a bit of brain and blood, kind of pops off.
How do I
And
decrease
then
around?
The classic.
I don't think he has time to scream for that one. So.
and he's down, and you just shake it off.
That could be Sergey screaming, because he's right by his ear.
Yeah. Re-
Oh,
Remind
wow.
me to never make you pay for drinks.
Okay, so moving along, Sergey, you're up, and you step back because
Yeah.
you've seen this before, so you're like you don't want to get splattered.
Well, no, that was what I was thinking. He's got his gun up to the other guy, and Max blows it away, splatters him. And Sergey goes, "What the fuck, man?" He's cleaning out one ear because he's still ringing and everything. He's going to remember that there's still a guy to the north here that he doesn't want to circle around.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to actually try to move up a little bit and the tree line and see if he can see the guy. I probably won't be able to, but I can try.
Okay, now you can see his token there, but that's not necessarily where he is.
I know he's somewhere up to the north, but I just kind of want to see if he's circling back more than anything else.
Okay.
There'll probably be a whole bunch of minuses to it, but
Do you want to make a mobility roll to go further? And you can remember use two actions, but you're going to use a recon, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
try the mobility and let's see what happens.
and you let Max know, or I guess, and
Yeah.
so you can go another hex.
Or he's gonna kind of go up into the trees, see if he can see the guy. If he thinks the guy's heading away or not.
Yeah.
He doesn't like unfinished business, so I don't know how many minuses there are to this, but you can tell me.
No, and I'm gonna not tell you, but I may change because he had his ghillie suit, so you do get a -1.
Okay, only -1. All right.
Yeah.
Do I get one for the rain?
Oh, and the forest, you would be -2.
Okay, so he's -2, and we'll roll it. See what happens. One fail, one success. So.
Oh, so he's still got a hit. You see him, and he is in the forest. He's hidden, but he sees you see him. And where are we in order? And he has a rifle, and it looks like he may be about to take a shot at you.
He had a shot. Did he have the shotgun, or did the other guy have the shotgun?
I think he had the shotgun.
He had the
Yeah,
shotgun.
he had the shotgun. Yeah, he
Yeah.
had the shotgun.
Yeah.
Ochimo, and I'm going to throw myself to the ground.
Okay,
If he's
go
raising
prone.
it toward me. Yeah, if he's raising it toward me, and that'll be it. That's all I've got.
Oh, pardon me. He was actually where I had him. Where was that again? That was.
Thereabouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that area.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you can. Oh, so you. Oh, poof. All right. And it just so happens that the last guy to go is the guy in the window here, and he shoots at you, Nick.
Nice.
All right. So I will give you the benefit that your legs are behind the corner, and your
Yep.
okay, and your torso is, so your head and your arms are showing.
Yep.
I'm thinking you get -1 for prone, and that's about it. Unless there's something else. Do you have any specialty or something that might affect this?
No, only for recon.
Okay. So this guy has. Oh, give me 1 second. This guy has an AKM. Rate of fire 4, -1. Looking to make sure I have the...
Ugh.
Okay, there you are fortunate, however, though. Now I'm going to clarify, I'll let it slide this time, but I'm pretty sure if you're prone, you have to pick one or the other. If you know what I'm saying. So you could have taken cover behind the edge of the building, then you would have had your hand and arm, head only exposed and your torso. But I'll let it slide this time. He hits your torso area, but the wall will absorb damage. I need to look quickly for...
I think you said it was 2
It
for
is.
these particular walls.
Yeah. Do you have armor on? Flak jacket?
Yeah, I have my flat jacket on. Yeah.
Okay, so it would have done 1 damage to your torso, but it deflects off your flak jacket, and you need to make a coolness under fire roll.
Yeah. Okay.
And you feel this thing punch into you, or maybe multiple things punch into you, as you just... and the whole corner is lit up. You see like a bunch of dust fly and sparks, and he pumps 9 rounds into that corner area. And you are suppressed.
I can push that.
Oh, can you push can you push a coolness under fire roll?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see here. Combat damage, suppression.
There's not many you can't.
If your coolness under fire roll fails, you are suppressed. This means you immediately drop prone, take 1 point of stress, and lose both actions on your next turn. Target inside. Doesn't say anything that you can't push it. Oh, no, I take it back. Second paragraph. You cannot push a coolness under fire roll if you fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, it's just... and there's, bits of masonry, hitting your face and giving you little cuts and stuff.
So
and
that gives me 1 stress, does it?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep. You have 2 stress now in your character? Yeah, 2 stress and a hit. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
round 7, we're at the top of the order, and this guy now has clearly heard gunfire. You're assuming, and you can't see him for the moment, so I should hide him. And okay, you're not sure what he's up to? Actually, you can, Evan, you can make a recon roll.
All right.
You're -3.
All right. That bodes well. Recon minus.
Just because of the
3.
foliage, there's a lot of... Okay, you spot this marauder moving toward you.
Okay.
And the area. Well, not necessarily you.
Yep.
He's moving along, and I'm going to give him a recon roll, by the way. And you get +3 yourself because of the foliage, and you're not prone though, right? And you're taking partial cover, so
And I have fatigues. If I don't know if that.
that'll help. Yep. Oh my God. I gave him -3. He spots you.
All right.
You spot each other, and
We got a game.
indeed, he does a snapshot at you.
Okay.
And it's a long shot, but whatever. He has an actual hunting rifle, bolt action hunting rifle, and it mirrors might have an optic on it, but you're -3. You got partial cover, but that's... Does that actually give him a bonus? No, you get no -3 because the trees and stuff. Okay, no, we're good. It's a high-powered rifle, and it zips by 2 shots apparently. And yeah,
And rounds rapid.
yeah, he's shooting at you, missing. Oh, I
Wow, we
forgot
got a
to.
Lee Harvey Oswald over here, motherfuckers. All right.
Nice, yeah. Now we got oh, this guy's suppressed, and um, he's no longer suppressed now. He's ready to rock. He's still prone, and then Evan, you're getting shot at from that guy, and that guy seems to have a lot of luck.
Yep. All right. Um, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Well, this guy's gonna be a better shot, and I don't want him shooting Nick, so I'm gonna shoot at the same guy I shot at last round.
Yeah, because the
Oh
next round
no.
he's active,
Yeah. All right.
and the guy in the window too.
Yep. Yep.
You can shoot through the wall at him. You know he's there,
Right. Let's see your combats.
but the wall will absorb too. You can't actually see him because the angle of the building, if you follow.
Yeah, I'd just be spraying and praying.
Yeah, you'd see his muzzle flare maybe when he was shooting.
All right. So +1 for oh no. All right. What's the penalty for him being prone?
-1.
All right. So that evens out.
And then another 2 because you're shooting through 2 hexes of
Okay.
trees, light trees.
I'm gonna drop to the ground. And you said -2 for the trees. All right.
Oh, torso.
Boom.
Yeah.
So that's another 2
2 more?
damage. Yeah, it's 2 damage. Crit of 3.
And he
Oh
needs to
shit!
make another coolness under fire.
I meant to do more
Rate of fire?
rounds, but it's okay.
Oh, damn. Yeah, don't forget that because that's.
Yep. Yeah, that's okay. I'm still learning a little bit. I
Yeah.
was too focused on modifiers.
And I try to remind too at this point too, but yeah, I'd forgotten as well. Don't forget your rate of fire. But
Oh,
he failed and he is suppressed again, and he's messed up. You can tell he's like ah, and he's like screaming out and in Polish, and he's shot up definitely. And moving along, I think you're done then, correct?
yep.
Okay,
I
Nick. Unfortunately, you're
There's not.
suppressed.
Yeah, I can't do a lot, can I?
I don't think so.
think you
Commanding
lose both your
officer.
actions.
I think there's something about if there's a higher ranking officer than you,
Rally.
they can
Yep.
rally you.
That is suppression.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not in there. It's somewhere
But
else.
Evan acted already. I don't think there's anybody around who can try to do that.
Only Max, I think.
Stress. There we go.
And then you'll be unsuppressed next round.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Max, you're up.
Yes. Is there anything I can do to help Evan or Nick out right now?
You tell me.
I mean, it's weird that us civilians and pogues are out shooting the Green Berets. I'm finding that pretty hilarious. I don't know if that would rally him to get in the fight or not. But
Hey, I love that. If you want to move closer to him around the corner, I'll give you a chance to rally him.
Hey,
that's what.
Kieran, just a quick question.
Hmm.
The guy who I just suppressed, did he actually lose any actions? Because I thought he shot at Nick first, suppressed him, and then I suppressed him afterwards, which means he would have lost both actions this round.
Well, you
I
can't
guess it doesn't.
retro that unless he's first to act in the round or second technically, And like I said, he was originally I held him back earlier because he was carrying the body, but
So if they get suppressed after they've acted, it basically doesn't do anything.
no, next round he can't act, right?
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, he's
I
suppressed.
thought he had already acted in the last round. It doesn't really
He
matter. He's
did.
suppressed again.
He did.
But
Oh no, or yeah, he did. Oh no, the other guy shot at Evan. Sorry, this guy was suppressed now for the last 2 rounds. This guy
okay.
hasn't been able to move. This is the guy who shot Nick.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait a minute. Yeah, you're right though in a way, I guess. Um, Max. Yeah. So I don't mind getting a little adaptive. I mean, you could use your either persuasion or command skill to use your action to rib Nick, but it's yeah. The next round, Nick could act if you succeed.
But I can act next round anyway, can't I?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
Oh,
There's
okay, yeah.
no point.
Okay, you're right.
My,
Because
my
we're
time's
past
ended
you.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my ruck, and I'm gonna head north into the wood line with Sergey.
You saw Sergey drop suddenly to the ground.
Right. So anyway, I'm moving. How the hell do you move? There we go. Well,
Okay, I just have to do something real quick. A minute. Okay, there we go. Okay, so
so
you
I'm gonna
fast
take
and
a
slow
knee
action.
behind a tree.
hmm
Uh,
Sorry,
I
I
dropped my
interrupted.
ruck. Yeah, I dropped my ruck, and I've up online with Sergey. I'm knelt behind a tree,
hmm
and I'm asking Sergey what he sees.
And he's pointing, and you can make a recon roll, and I won't give you the severe penalty that he had. You will be -2 on your recon roll as he tries to point out this guy in a ghillie suit who's about 40 meters away. Not too far, but it's forest. And this is light forest, isn't dense. That's why you can see among it.
Okay. I'm rolling and using my BDUs as a modifier.
Oh wow!
Nice.
You spot. Yep, there he is. You see the silhouette, and he's he's crouched behind a tree.
Okay. What's our range to this guy?
40 meters.
40 mics. Okay. All right.
Now, did you use both your actions? You did.
I dropped down to a knee.
That's free. You could.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'll give you a snapshot if you want to do a snapshot.
Nah, what is it? -2 through
Yeah.
this heavy brush.
Yeah. Oh, and wait, and more for that. It's another.
Yeah.
You'd be -4, -5 actually.
I'm save ammo.
Yeah.
Just hold what I got right there.
But sometimes, just a piece of advice. Sometimes you might want to try for suppression. And just put a volley of ammo there, so and hope one of your ammo dice gets a hit. And then
Well,
he
okay.
has to make.
Yeah.
If you have ammo, and and this depends, but that suppression, he can't act. He can't shoot that shotgun with his double-aught buckshot.
Let me try it real quick. I guess rate of fire. Just try the 6. We'll see how it goes.
Let her rip. Now, so you're -5 when you hit the modifier, and then make sure your rate of fire is hit, and any specialty bonuses are also.
Modifier you said was -5.
Yep.
All right, 6. I don't have anything else.
And you succeeded, and one of your ammo got a hit. So he has he has to make coolness under fire. And let's see. And he makes it. The odds were he would have been suppressed, but he actually made it. He had a 25% chance. So he's still eyeballing. He's still got the shotgun up. But it sort of, yeah, too bad it didn't work. and he's one of the last to act. So he shoots his shotgun at Max, who's shooting at him suddenly. Give me one moment here. Double-barreled shotgun. And range on this thing, give me a second. I'm just going to double check. Because their range is significant. Oh, its range is 2. So he's got -1 because of long range. I think, right? If I look at the
Shotgun's
player,
got to be long range.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's double range. So that's just -1, right? Let me look at range combat real quick. I'll open that player aid. Target. I think it's -1. I'll go with that for now. I have to research that a bit more. Okay, pardon me. So he fires. You said you're taking cover in the trees? You said? Max?
Yes, I was
Yeah.
knelt down behind a tree.
So he's
And you gave me
-1.
-2.
Yeah, so he's -2,
And I got a
-3.
16, which will outshoot a shotgun any day of the week at
Yeah,
range.
should. So he's -4.
Okay.
Boom! And it's a miss as the buckshot goes flying through the underbrush and stuff, double-aught buckshot. But nothing hits. It's clear. Don't need a suppression roll or anything. And we're moving along. Sergey, your turn.
Well, the threatening and blustering has been working well, so a lot better than shooting will be for him. So he's going to try yelling out, "Your friends are all dead. Do you want to join them in hell?" And let's see if we can make him run off.
Oh.
Not sure what all that'll.
Again.
I'll give you
Let's see.
-2.
-2. All right. -2 and +1, so -1 overall then. It is.
Yeah.
Psyops.
Yep.
Yeah, that's handy. He's clever.
-2 modifier, psyops +1. All right. Let's try it.
Ooh, not a good roll.
I could live with these rolls.
So he yells back as you see him. He's definitely like, yeah, and I'll see you in hell one day. As you see him crouching back, it's not his turn, but you sense that you've.
One day maybe, but not today, friend.
Yeah.
And, he's gonna.
What's your name so I can scream and when I'm in hell?
Piotr Yeltsin. And then he's gonna crawl back up.
Yeltsin. Awesome. Okay.
10 meters,
Now we got the guy in the window. And
I'm ready.
yeah, it's coming. He's like, yells something in Polish. Hey, I'll see you in hell. And
Let's do it. Here we go.
now -1 prone. Now this time it's just a -1 because you're prone. And he hits.
Partially behind cover? No?
No. Like I last time I let you get away with it. You have to decide in this game now. I'll let you decide now because I'm a nice guy, I guess. If you want it, you either have to be prone or you have to take whatever cover is available. And often it's better to go prone, but sometimes in this case you probably, right?
Well, I'll go prone. I'm prone. Don't matter.
Yeah, but I'll give you the benefit of doubt, like, because these first couple sessions are going to be. And to let you know, he hits you in the legs if he hits you, and if you would have been around the corner of the building, then he would have had to shoot through the building and hit your legs.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. I'll let you make the call. Or you can flip a coin.
Well, I'll use the cover then, because he's hit me in the legs. It'd be silly to use the prone.
But he does damage. Um, because you don't have armor on your legs. He did 3 damage, -2 because of the wall. So 1 point damage to your legs, and you have to make coolness under fire.
Where do I mark the damage in combat?
Uh, no, under stats, or sorry, at the top of your character sheets there's a hit capacity, and if you
Oh
hover
yeah.
over the X's, you hit right or left, it'll add or minus hits.
So have I? It says here I've already got 1 damage. Where do they get that from?
Uh, was it from last session, or did you? Oh, didn't you
No,
fumble something? No, or
He,
no.
a
It was the
bunch of
same as my stress.
oh, maybe
I think the chips from the masonry cut him maybe when that one guy unloaded.
that was a stress point.
Yeah, that
Or
was what's that? No, I started off the game with 1 hit and 1 stress, and I
was
just
that
let it.
correct or incorrect?
That was incorrect.
Okay, then make the correction. Um, so at the moment you would have 1 hit damage then, right?
Yeah, and I should have 1 stress, but I don't know how
Yeah.
to.
You hover over top. The squares are the lettering of stress, and you can right or left click, and it should add or minus values.
Ah,
Does that make sense? I think.
Yeah, left click adds one, right click takes one away.
Like on your actual character sheet, on the actual little squares that have your. I think I should double check.
Yeah, because the plus or minus buttons reduce or
I've got it, guys. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
Awesome.
it's a
Thank you.
little
Yeah.
stinging. You feel the sting in your leg, your lower leg, as one of these bullets, went through the wall or whatever, and got you.
Coolness
Uh,
under fire now.
correct. You'll have to wait for a while.
Oh, for God's sake!
So, do you know how to hit the coolness under fire icon? You right click and then it's
Yeah, yeah,
selected.
yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And I won't interfere with those anymore. I'll let you guys do the icon stuff. And um, so yeah, he's yelling something, and that corner's lit up again. As dust and masonry flies around and sparks. Um, this guy back here, we have a bit of a shootout going on between him and Evan. So he is minus your partial cover. He's -3. He has the sniper ability, just so you know.
oh, fun.
Yeah, that's why he's not too severe, but he is -3. And he misses again.
Wait, I'll take it.
Indeed. 2 more shots ring out, and you get that distinct 30-06 sound. Crack, crack. Oh, by the way, he's prone. Pardon me. I forgot to
Okay.
do that. Okay, so he's firing away. You two are blazing. We got this guy who's suppressed, and so I'll remove his suppression now. Next round, he's wounded. That guy, you can tell he's pretty effed up. Evan, your go.
So, if I move up to right here, does that block the line of sight from the sniper at the corner of that building right there?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna move up to there to break that line of sight. I mean, he's almost out of ammo, I gotta imagine, but and he's gonna have to reload, but he's at a distinct advantage there. So I'm gonna break that line of sight and just try and uh, dump around into the guy who's on the ground there.
He has 1 round left. Okay. Okay, so you move up and you're gonna shoot the guy prone.
Correct.
All right, let her rip. -1 because he's prone, and that's about it.
Items. Um. think I get a -2 because theoretically the uh, saw or the Ultimax is
Oh, you're
supposed to
not
be
prone.
fired from. I mean, theoretically that's a free action I could drop, but that's silly. Um, so let me just get here. I'm gonna do 2, and so it'd be a total of -3, correct?
Right.
Okay, so -3 +1 for the machine gun.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh la la. Oh, you light them up.
So that's
Describe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I've got a hand on the front bipod to use as a front grip basically, and I just lay lay down fire because I know Nick is or Poach is not in a good position. So I'm not really aiming very well, but I'm just laying down fire on this guy.
Appreciated.
Oh,
So
and
that's
Okay, he's dead.
there's
Doesn't
red.
matter.
Oh, he had 1 hit point. Um, there's like mists pop up, and there's just. How many bullets did you expel there? 10.
Uh, it was.
Nice.
Now I have a question. What's the situation where you can split hits between people?
If they're in the same hex, you can use any
Gotcha.
ammo
Okay.
hits to get
Okay.
them.
Perfect.
Yeah, which is
So
kind of
you
neat.
really go on it. You really want to get guys in the same hex so they feel their coolness under fire, and you can
Would-
spread your fire.
Yeah, yeah, for
So
sure.
in other words, don't bunch up, guys.
That too, and
yeah.
a grenade, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nick, you're unfortunately your legs stinging, and you got masonry in your mouth again, dust,
Yeah, I'm
spitting,
out
and
of it again.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm kind of Nick. Get the fuck up, man. We gotta go.
Oh, there. Now remember, everybody, you can switch spots with your buddy in initiative.
That's true. I forgot
Okay.
about that.
Yeah, that's a big one. And plus, a commanding officer can do stuff like that too, I think. Um, and so you can give your initiative to the other guy, and that's important, right?
Yes. Yep.
Because what could have happened there is, in a circumstance, you could have now rallied him and switching initiative. He could rally you before, and so on. Just
So
strat.
I can give Nick my initiative. Let him go.
Well, he's not your buddy. You're Sergey's buddy. So you could,
Okay.
yeah, you two can switch
But you said
initiative.
command though. You said both.
Yeah, I have to double check that. I might be wrong, but the
You're after
commander,
me unless you can change the initiative around. But
Just trying. Okay. Because he's wounded, but
yeah, and he's
it's up to you.
suppressed too, right? If you're suppressed, you
Yeah.
can't do anything anyway. But just so you know, with your buddy, I know you can switch spots in initiative, and which can be very helpful. And you can encourage each other and help each other in subtle ways as well. Um, but for now, Nick, sorry,
Yep. Cool.
yeah. And this he's dead, right? This guy got shot in the head. Why do I not have?
yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's very dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck him.
Okay. Max, this guy, you're not sure he's still there, but you get a sense that he was yelling something back and forth with Sergey,
Yeah, I
and
saw
Sergey tells
Sergey.
you, I think he's booking.
That's fine. And I hear Nick's in trouble. He's screaming like he's a merchant marine and not a SAS operator. So I'm gonna reverse course, go down 6, and I'm gonna use, I guess, my running ability to go a little
Okay.
bit further.
Sure. Oh, I see. You have that specialty.
Right? Remember?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So you get +1 on your mobility roll, or you just get to go further. What was that one again?
well, what I want to do is get up behind him, and I've got hand grenades. I was gonna start chunking hand grenades into the uh, window where Slapnuts is at. The last guy. You see what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah, you can use a fast action to get within range and visibility. And then a slow action, I'm not sure if you could pull out a grenade, pin it, and throw it in a slow action. I think in this game, you have to pull the pin and ready the grenade in a fast action.
Well, at least let me get
And
up there behind it. And
yeah,
if it dictates if old Saw Gunner down here gets him, then I can at least try to pull Nick back out of the line of fire.
yeah.
Grenade,
So
pulling the pin is a fast action. You're correct.
Yeah, and I don't want to pull it and then
it,
run that far either.
yeah, in readying the grenade and stuff, right? And plus, you had your machine gun out and as well. So I won't quibble there, but just to let you know, yeah, okay. So you might want to change your mind slightly, but you can still go to that area, of course.
Yeah.
And you
Is
can
that
make a mobility roll because
not
you
that
can
far, not
go.
that
Are you gonna? Okay, you can decide now. You
right
could.
there.
Okay.
Is I know what I'm wanting to do, Darren, is get in the hex with him to either again however this goes down with this last remaining guy inside the house. If I can either pull Nick out of the line of fire or start chunking hand grenades because I think I got 4 grenades.
Sure.
You
So
see,
you could pull a grenade out and have it ready, and pull a pin now, and then throw it next round.
okay, but I guess my question now is, do I need to be in the same hex with him, or am I good right here where I'm at?
No, because that hex does not have visibility on that window.
All right.
Yeah, you'd have to.
So how do I protect myself articulately?
You could
And,
say, I will press it. I will be using the wall as cover, and
okay.
Nick's prone, and he's kind of like, oh, and he's like, oh, damn it, kind of swearing and and trying to squirm out of the way, and you just have to huddle in the corner, frankly. But that gives this guy an opportunity when he shoots that you're both in the hex.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I let
Just stay
hey,
where you're at, yeah.
yeah. Hey Nick, I'm here. The Pogues are gonna rescue you. Just sit tight. And then I ready the hand grenade, and that's it.
Nice. Okay. The Marauder in the forest does appear to withdraw. It goes out of sight in the trees and foliage. And Sergey, your turn. You want to give chase? Or
No. He's like I said. He's not someone who's gonna go. He hears a lot of shooting down to the south and some screaming and everything, and he thinks that maybe he should go there. So fast action, going to stand up.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to try to move toward where I think everybody's going, and then I'm going to try mobility to move one more.
Okay.
I believe mobility there.
One more.
Okay, pass there, and then I'll just get around the corner here with a good buddy. Whoops,
Nice.
there with my good buddy.
And so far, you haven't seen anyone else. It's quiet. So you're done then, right?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just trying to get him in position.
Okay, this guy here. Um, Now I'm going to rule here at this moment, Evan, you and the Marauder can't see each other.
Kind of
Right?
what I figured. Yeah,
Yeah.
because my next plan was just start blazing through the wall to suppress him, but
Okay,
that was kind of my assumption.
the Marauder does have ammunition left in his weapon. Let me double check that a minute. Oh, it's just okay. Yeah, he gets another shot. So he wants to kill that British bastard,
Hey.
and, and he's gonna keep shooting. All right, so you're prone, so that's -1. Oh, you were using the cover. You decided, right?
I'm using cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll shoot, and depending where he hits, I'm gonna say the only parts.
Alone.
Yeah. And he whiffs. Everything whiffs.
Oh.
Everything whiffs. And
Right.
again, he empties his mag. And clunk, 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 clunk. You hear this click, 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 as he wants to keep shooting. And again, masonry flying. You don't even have to make expression roll this time. He completely whiffed, and you're kind of getting used to it. So, and plus the getting ribboned by the American is kind of
Everyone, yeah.
there you go. Uh, and that's the top of round 9. Holy, this has been an epic encounter. And I know we're running on to the 3-hour mark, by the way. And I'm just hoping, though, everyone can stick around and
No, keep going.
kind of
Yeah, I'm
conclude
good.
Yeah,
this.
keep going.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. So, our friend over there, you've gone out of his vision.
Correct.
He reloads. Fast action. And then you're not sure what he does.
All right.
Actually, I shouldn't even said he reloaded.
I would assume he would because I knew he was probably down to 1 or 2 rounds at that point.
Can you give me a recon roll? Minus
Sure.
3.
There we go. All right, recon. 2, 3. Oh, nope, not plus. That would be nice. -3. There we go.
Okay. You don't see much. Don't see anything. Evan, it is your
Yep.
turn. You're looking. Where'd that bastard go? But you think you went out of his line of sight.
All right. So I know Nick's back up. I am. If I move into this hex, I assume I'm visible at that point to
If
this
he was in
marauder.
that area, yep.
Okay. Um. Well, fuck it. Move up. Try and unload again on this guy.
Oh boy. Yeah, he's not expecting it. If you move though, you have to do snapshot.
Correct. All right, close.
-2.
All right, let's try combat.
You know that guy's out of ammo.
Oh,
Or maybe you might not know. Actually,
So
all
we do
right.
now.
yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody knows because somebody heard his gun go dry, but
Yeah, and you're
all
a
right,
professional soldier, I assume, kind of.
yeah.
You would.
So you said it was -2 for snapshot. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right, -2. So
And
it's
he also
-3.
gets another -1 because of he's actually kind of cover. He's harder to hit
All right.
in the building.
Okay. Is there any bonus for
He has
range?
partial cover. Yeah, I think you're point blank. Let me think a minute. I'll give you +1.
All right. So back to -3.
Oh, a hit. No ammo hits, but he is hit. I'll give him a quick coolness under fire. He takes a point or 2 points damage or 3 with that one.
It's 2. Crits 3.
Got it. He makes
Ooh,
his coolness under fire,
nice.
and he's yelling at you in Polish. And you said he did 2 hits damage.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, 2 hits. He's a tough guy. This guy, you notice this, and he's got like a butcher's apron on. Enough said. So Nick, you can act.
I'm back. Can I see this guy in the window?
Yes.
Through the window.
Yeah, he's the one that's been
Yeah.
posting your ass.
He has partial cover, so you're minus
I didn't know whether
one.
he'd moved. Yeah, I don't. If Evan hadn't have moved there, I would have used my
I almost circled around and
grenade
almost
launcher.
screamed 203, but I wasn't sure what the
Yeah,
explosive range is on that. So I
yeah.
was
So
just like, fuck
It's a
it.
D. It's a D.
Oh, gotcha.
I think.
Which makes sense. I mean, they're not super high explosive, but
Yeah.
regardless.
So guys, I'll be back in 1 minute. Okay. I just gotta quickly check something.
the other thing too, Nick, is I'm trying to keep that sniper out of my
Yeah,
line of sight. And
yeah,
if I
understood.
looped up here, he might have circled around this way and popped me. So I
Yeah,
figured,
I'm gonna try and do him just with the rounds, the 5.56 rather than
yeah.
203. Um, yeah,
But A+ to Sergey for barding his way through a
yeah, he's done
bunch of
it.
combat.
I
Well,
have
if we
proper
ever get to
fucked it. I've really fucked it all up. 10
You
rounds,
just
completely missed, and just been out of the game for 2 goals.
Yeah, you haven't had good rolls, man. I mean,
Oh,
that's
awful.
really what it's come down to.
yeah, he'll come around. Yeah, if we ever get to the point where Sergey's having to actually exchange fire with people, yeah, it'll be
Yeah, but
because the three of you are already down and dying, and he can't run away. So
You guys may have to
you
teach him a thing or two.
yeah, you've done well of keeping yourself out of situations where you've had to exchange fire though. So that's
Oh,
very
and
accurate
you
to your character.
you did Max a big favor. Holy,
He
Yep.
did.
Oh yeah.
that was close.
So
Okay,
I'm gonna have a go at the Marauder through the window.
gotcha.
So what minuses do I get
One,
on?
because the cover of the building for him, -1 to hit. Might be
And
minus
I'm
two
also
actually.
partially covered. Does that make? Oh no, that doesn't make a
No,
difference.
no,
No,
you're good.
that's just for when you're getting shot at.
Don't forget your rate of fire and any specialty
Yeah,
bonuses. And I imagine you still have ammo in that sucker. It's got probably a belt or
yeah.
something.
It should be a 30 rounder, I imagine.
I think he's got a light machine gun, doesn't he? Oh no.
No, he's got the M16 with the M203.
Oh,
And two
nice.
or three.
Poor again.
Oh, and this
Him.
you got a hit though. 2 damage,
Yeah.
correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 damage.
Okay, he's making his Kunos under fire again, and fails this time. So success. Ah, Kota, he's swearing again and cursing all Brits. Low life scum on the bottom of scum.
Yes, especially Mel Gibson. So,
It's the words, yeah, Braveheart, pff, pussy heart. Max, you're up.
would Braveheart have gotten made it?
Not much. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check Nick out. Nick, are you okay? You got your med kit on you?
Yeah, I've got. Yeah, let's get. Yeah, I'll be fine. We'll sort me out after this contact.
All right. Let's see. And there's just not much I can do there with them two.
Yeah, I'm telling him. Yeah, stay where you are for the time
Yeah.
being.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna point out. When I use my ruler, can other teammates see what I'm doing with the ruler?
I can usually. I'm not
All
sure
right. Well,
if they
here's
can.
my field of fire, Darren. See that?
Yeah, I
Yep.
can see it.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
That right. So you see what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Good
scanning.
call.
So I'm pulling security. I'm sorry. That's what I'm doing.
Recon roll, please. And it's passive, and I'll adjust it so you just roll straight up recon. It looks clear. And
Yeah. That's fine. That's what I'm doing. Go ahead.
Okay.
Nick.
Okay, you're done. Okay.
it's Sergo now, isn't it?
I just need to make a roll here real quick. A minute.
Sergey.
Uh-oh.
Sergey.
Yes. Oh, well, that's not good.
That's not good.
Oh, you guys can see that?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That was supposed to. Okay. Shit.
Couldn't
That
see
was
what it
supposed.
was, but we saw the dice.
Okay.
This is the point where you start rolling dice at random just to make us nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. Oh,
Sergey.
very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, 2 12s. Oh.
You see Max posting up and looking around, and there's gunpowder everywhere and dust, and you hear the distant cawing of some bird that's been disturbed, and there's things are happening simultaneous as well. There's gunfire going off, Evans shooting at the guy and so on.
All right. Sergey's ready. We ready for Sergey now?
You bet.
All right. He's going to kind of run in and slide beside. He's around the corner here, next to Poach. And he's going to look at that and sort of swear. He's going to tear off a piece of his shirt and try to do a medical aid. See if he can patch something up. He doesn't have medicine. Can he just do it off his empathy straight?
Mm.
Is that correct?
Yeah, you can
Yeah, it
just
should
hit
just be a straight ability roll, I
just
think.
hit medical aid. You still hit medical aid, and if
Okay.
you have a medical kit, you get +1.
Yeah, I don't have a medical kit or anything. Like I said, he's just sort of
Yeah.
trying to.
So
Let's see.
it'll automatically know that you don't have the skill, so it'll just roll the one
Okay.
die, right? Even if you hit your medical.
Yeah, this is basically so I can spend 5 points and get medical aid D. So.
Oh, do you want to push that?
Yeah, let's go ahead. He swears in another language. There we go. Well,
You stress out because you
Like
actually
licks the bandage to make it stick better
Yeah.
first.
rubs dirt on it.
Yeah, he takes a Band-Aid out of his pocket that he's been hanging onto for a while and tries to put it on there.
No.
It doesn't stick.
And you take a stress because you get pissed off because it keeps it's one of those Band-Aid packs you're trying to open. And you're like,
Yeah.
Finally,
It was
Keep
like
sticking-
it
keep
was a
sticking to
Dora
his
the
finger.
Explorer. It was
yeah,
a Dora the Explorer Band-Aid, and it just wouldn't stick. So.
yeah.
Stubbing a cigarette into it to
May hurt for just a second. Be still.
cauterize it.
All right, that's it.
And I think you may actually cause a stress point to Nick
Oh, mate.
as well.
So
Just
if I failed,
and maybe an infection.
I can see
Uh,
that's what I'm saying. Infection.
Yeah. Actually, let's give Nick a stamina roll. And if you fail this, you got an infection.
Stamina. Oh, do I get a plus?
Now, I might not necessarily tell you this or the results, right? Often I'll be like, well, he just rubs a bunch of dirt in it, and
I get a +1 as well.
Yeah.
Because I've got range. It says made for marching, resisting hypothermia and other hardships. So, where is my?
that I don't think it pertains to this. This is bacteria.
He's shouting at the bacteria. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Okay? So it's not pretty. You're probably gonna be scarred for life. But you don't have gangrene or something along those lines. Moving along here. Oh, this guy here, he is suppressed, so I'll remove that. And he's ducked down. He's got full cover. You can do that when you're suppressed. So he's behind the wall. You guess. He ducks down, and he's swearing. You can hear him swearing and shit. And we're back to our mystery friend, the sniper. Okay, I'm just gotta make a roll here. He is moving. Where's mobility? There it is. Okay. He's moving. He was moving before. Okay. Looking. I just gotta make sure. Can you guys see my pointer?
Yes. But
Yeah.
we don't know what you're doing because you're probably clicking around on
I was just thought of that. I'm like, damn. I'm like,
yeah.
there's a few faults here. Okay. Anyway. He's done. Evan, you're up.
All right. What I am gonna do is
In there.
I I go. I yelled to the guys. What do we got? Do we got anybody else around?
I don't know. Our guy ran
I
off. One's
I
dead.
don't know.
All right. I am gonna move over here. If I can. There we go. No. Oh, that's why. Because I'm on ruler. Because I'm a dumbass. Nope, that's not it. There we go. So I'm gonna kind of one. That's yeah. Okay.
Okay,
1, 2. Yeah. Yeah.
as
I'm gonna.
you go through the doorway, I'd like you to give me a recon roll. -3. No, pardon me, -2.
Okay.
Now, I think Nick might be cringing soon.
Great.
Oh, that's with the minus?
Correct.
Okay, one success. You just look down as you're taking a step, and there's like a fishing line
Oh,
or
jeez.
something.
Oh
Okay.
shit! I forgot all about it.
Told
And
you to drop a frag through the window.
you have
Oh,
a second
Mark,
as
I'm sorry.
you stumble in, you trip it, but you notice it quickly and you can act as you see that there's a tin can with what appears to be a grenade in it. The old pulled
Mm-hmm.
it's already got the pin out, right? So it just pulls. And so you realize you have seconds to act. And I'll give you that, so you still have an action.
All right. Um,
Oh,
can
Evan,
I?
apologies.
That's okay. Um, what I'm gonna do is like, can I get
That was a
back?
big recon roll. That roll,
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
big
Well,
one.
as soon as you said roll Rico, I'm like, oh fuck. All right. Um, I am gonna try and like basically book it
So
and just
I'll give you a mobility roll then, and
okay.
yeah, to see if you can get out of the hex before it blows up.
Whew.
And
Yeah.
you manage to you see a table, a grotesque table with gore on it, and yeah, the imagery's bad, right?
Yeah.
Limbs, and so on. There's hooks with stuff hanging on him. It's a nightmare scenario. Um, you see this guy over. He was over here, and he's wide-eyed looking as the grenade goes off. He takes the blast. He was going to shoot you in the back.
Hmm.
Um, he was, but you dove out of the way. There's a sharp explosion. Everybody was a bit, and like I said, Nick's like, "Fuck, wait a minute." Too late. Big boom. Um, this guy here is dead. He's blown to bits. This marauder.
After the the ringing stops, I kind of look at the pond with all the dead bodies, look to my left, look to my right. I go, "Man, you guys, your fucking pool parties suck."
Indeed. And but I'm gonna give you a stress point.
Yeah, no, dude, I think I'm taking a stress point in real life after that
Oh,
one.
and seeing all that, yes, and just yeah, and
God
and
damn.
every you just almost took a grenade. Good recon roll though, gave you that second to move.
Uh,
Um, so you're round, you're
so
done.
this, yeah.
Nick, boom! This pop goes off, and stuff flies. You're out of range for any issue, and there's a ringing in your ear, and dust is flying around, big flash, and you're not
Yeah,
sure
I'll
if
just
Evan's okay. Actually, you saw him go in there, and he's your buddy, right? So
Yes.
yeah.
you take a stress point,
Jesus.
and you're not sure if he's okay. So you have to kind of play that.
Okay, yeah.
And in
All the things
fact,
that have just
you
happened, and knowing with the guilt and knowing that I haven't said a word, I'm gonna run in. I'm gonna run in after him to see if he's okay.
okay? You just oh no, and you charge in there, and the booby trap's been tripped,
Oh,
and
what happened there? That's took me back to the Hugo.
Oh no, you're showing us inside the building now.
Okay, but it's just my map's just flung back to the Hugo.
oh shit.
As long as I'm in there, that's okay. Yeah, that's the place where I'm meant to be.
Okay.
Okay,
Now you
so I'm
describe
in
what you
there
see.
down.
There's a table there with stuff.
Yep.
You take another stress point, unless you can give me a survival roll, because it's quite a image to see, and you've seen some bad stuff.
I shall give you a survival roll.
Yep.
Okie doke. Yep.
Or stamina, your choice.
I'll take the survival.
So you manage not to throw up, and you keep your cool, and you're like, yeah, as best you can.
And I'm just asking, you okay? You okay? Full of guilt.
Yo. Hey man, yeah. I love what you guys have done with the place. It's a real Leatherface chic you got going on here.
I suppose that breaks the ice. Yeah, so that's kind of your action, Nick. I guess you moved in and
Yeah,
you're
that's
reassuring
it.
your friend. Now, I'll give you a roll to see if you can actually alleviate a stress point with that joke, in both ways. Like you taking the care and buddy, and you're grabbing them, and you're both covered in masonry and other bits and nasties. Little,
On what roll?
that would be
I think it's a coolness. Oh no. No, that's not right.
persuasion. Let's go with persuasion for now.
Oh, that's not great. Not great.
Ooh, almost.
And actually, both of you can make that.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I
That
don't think I'm not gonna do it. Oh, all right. I guess I
Oh,
did.
well done.
Oh, Nick, you get one stress point back.
No, that's Mike. Evan.
No, because no,
Yes.
you were
No,
helping each other.
I was making a joke for your benefit, man.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if you would have
okay.
succeeded, he would have gained or lost a stress point. That's kind of I'm playing a bit of the buddy thing and
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
uh, moving along to Max, who has seen Nick charge off, and he hears these guys, yeah, we're good, and you can hear them. It seems he survived that grenade blast. You don't know much else, so your call.
Now you said this marauder down here next to the guy who came out the door
He's
ended up dying in an
he's dead.
explosion.
Yes,
Okay,
he did.
I
Yeah.
just wasn't sure because he doesn't have an. Oh, well, there we go.
Oh, missed it. Yeah. Well, technically, I should roll. Give me a second. Uh, DD is a D6, D6. Okay. You ran by him. You're not sure if he's dead. He's covered in masonry and gore. He looks very dead. He's been shot to hell. But he ain't, apparently. Lucky fucker.
All right, so it's what Max's turn.
Yeah, Max, pardon me. You are muted, Eric. And
Yes, I
sorry
am.
guys, I have to quick run to the bathroom minute.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's take
Yeah, I'm
a
gonna
short
have a quick.
break.
I'm gonna have a quick cigarette. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a few minutes then. It's an intense game, and we're well,
No
hopefully
kid.
out of the woodwork soon. Jesus. Okay.
Hope Sergei's Dora the Explorer medical kit has some more band-aids in it.
Yeah, I just envision him being crouched down there trying to put it on, cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and then it blows up, and then uh, Poach runs in, and just imagine him watching the smoke rising, going, "I do not think I can patch that up."
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, all I can imagine is him with like a play school baby's first trauma kit, you know, with like
The
little
safety scissors,
yeah, I
yeah,
was
the
gonna say
plastic safety
little
scissors, yeah.
plastic safety EMT scissors, a bunch of band-aids and stuff.
Yeah, no, he just has basically stuff that he has no actual medical kit.
Yeah, well, like you said, he was tearing up his shirt, which I'm sure cost him a pretty penny
I'm
to
sure it cost somebody one at some
yeah,
point.
very good point. Very good point.
Not so sure that he ever actually paid for it at this point, but
I actually still have my headset on, so I've been listening. Pardon me. You probably didn't want to hear me.
Oh, whatever. I didn't. Whatever the noise canceling is, it worked.
Oh yeah, I made sure. I've, yeah, that's happened to us all. Oh,
Oh, my
we can hear you pissing.
my one buddy um, was playing some video game with me the one night, and he forgot that he had kept them on, and he goes to the bathroom, and I don't hear him piss, but he's like quiet for a good 10 minutes or so, and he finally comes back on. He's like, "Oh, sorry, dude, I'm still in the bathroom. I might have passed out for a minute." Obviously, he'd had a couple drinks at that point. So it's like, all right, man. Well,
I was
taking
with
a
you.
nap. I was like, I thought you were being kind of quiet, but I just figured you didn't have anything to say. He's like, no, I kind of passed out on the toilet.
Oh, and pardon me, I hadn't thanked you all for showing up and playing and such.
Well,
It's
I was
awesome.
waiting till the end, but I was going to thank you as well for. I mean, this has been a nail biter, but it's been very, it's been a very entertaining session.
Oh, awesome! Thank you. I'm hope so because I'm loving every minute of it. Like even
Oh,
researching stuff and sorting it out.
I'm loving everybody's character. I'm loving
Oh,
GM direction. I'm loving it all.
oh, good. And I love feedback. So if something's not working, I totally get it too. Um, and can adapt and I'm trying to accommodate stuff. And if your background fits, and who knows, and you can sweet
Yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got to rule it cool at some degree,
hmm But
but
I can be a bit strict too. Uh,
yeah. Oh, I don't blame you.
I'm keep
Like I said with the suppressor, I'm like, if you don't want me to have one, that's fine. I get it.
Yeah, you have to justify it in my mind,
Yeah.
and
Eh,
then good. Uh, Equipment would have kind of been cut off at around 1994, 95. Mass production basically was shut down
right.
globally at that point. Um,
The pistol I actually chose is like a older pistol too. So,
mm,
um, and it was actually something the SEALs used in a very, very limited capacity. So it kind of fits. At least it's
hmm
definitely old enough. It's actually the gun Peter Weller has in RoboCop prior to him becoming RoboCop.
Oh, I thought that was like a Desert Eagle or something. Or
No, the one that he has as RoboCop is a Beretta M93, which is a fully auto M9. But
and that
prior to that, he has him and Officer Lewis both have um, Heckler and Koch P9Ss,
yeah,
which is kind of a weird gun to be quite honest.
yeah, the 93R didn't that 3 round burst?
Yep.
And
Yep.
flip down little handle. Tweak.
Yep. Yep. They adapted that
You guys ever read Mac
into.
Bolan?
Oh God, no. I read some Phoenix Force, but I
Okay.
never
Not
Yeah.
read
since the '80s.
or
Oh,
I
I
never
don't.
read Mac Bolan. I was a big
Oh, Mac Bolan was
wingman.
awesome.
I was a huge wingman fan
Oh, awesome. I
as a
must have read
as a kid.
50 or 60 Mac Bolan books.
Yeah, they definitely churned him out.
He used 93R as one of
Did
his
he?
main
Oh, no
weapons.
kidding.
Yep.
That's kind of an odd choice, but that's cool.
Yeah. So
The same.
interesting. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say the same buddy who passed out on the toilet the other night. We used to play airsoft, and he was in love with the M93R. So he actually had a gas blowback one that he used to use.
Wow.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
back.
All
So
right.
Nick, I gotta ask you a quick question. Did you actually know that booby trap was there?
Yeah, because he when one of the first Marauder that come out, he jumped over something.
Oh, okay. I think I must have
Completely
stepped
forgot.
away for a second.
Yeah, which makes it more realistic, I suppose. But I completely forgot about it. So massive apologies.
He made a
Oh,
really
no
good
worries, man.
recon roll, and then he noticed that the guy didn't make it so obvious, but when the guy stepped outside, he stepped over just a little weird, right?
Right?
Yeah. Well,
And then that's why Nick, I said that. Nick, you're gonna cringe here in a minute.
yeah, got it
Pop.
straight away.
Good. Well, I mean bad. Sorry. All right, Max, were we still on your turn? Oh, Eric might not be back.
No,
Are
I'm
you?
here.
Oh,
You got me?
awesome. Yep, reading
Yep,
you
we
loud and clear.
gotcha.
Oh, we still got that one guy that's unaccounted for.
Two, technically.
There are two, technically. Yep.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. Uh, you want to get accountability on ammunition and stuff?
I was one thing I'll at this point, I'm gonna say we got a sniper out there somewhere with a rifle. I don't know if he's how much ammo he's got, but he's uh he's not the worst shot in the world.
That's right. Mm.
Now, was everyone here when I clarified what happened to the guy who got hit by the grenade?
I don't know.
He's still alive.
I was. Yep. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
true.
still
So we
alive.
have three,
I
technically.
I might not do that in the future. Let you know because I
Yeah.
wasn't sure there were a couple. Anyway, he's covered in gore. He looks like he's definitely dead. He was standing near the grenade when it went off. So just a heads up, Max, your go.
And I really don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I guess we'll walk around to the front. I'm not gonna go inside the building because for whatever reason I've already got 2 stress points. So, I don't know. I'm gonna pull security out the front door, right in this area right here where the dead guy's at. If I can move, I want my guy move.
Sure. You have to select on the left to hit the little token control icon. You're on measurements right now, I think,
Oh heck, my bad.
Yep.
or
I did the
something
same
something
thing
about that.
earlier.
Okay.
Move right there.
Give me a recon roll. You have an opposing recon roll against the guy right here. And
Nice.
he gets a bonus because you're in the next hex. Oh, nice roll, yeah. Oh, you get up there and you see this guy and he's got a cleaver that he's grabbed that they were using in this place,
Mhm.
and it's
Okay.
a big cleaver, and he's getting up and he looked like he was going to go at Nick, but now that you went up, it looks like he might hack you when his turn comes. And you
Okay.
you see him definitely before he can act.
Right.
And you still have a slow action, technically. So you can snap shoot.
Yeah, let me try that snap shooting.
There's also close combat stuff you can do. You can slide into a hex. It's a weird rule, and there's a.
Yeah, but I suck at that. We've already established it.
Gotcha. So you can, you can lay in, shoot him.
Let me do a yeah.
Okay. So you're +1 because of point blank,
Okay.
and I can't think of any bonus because he was gonna hack you with this hatchet.
That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Oh, Jesus. 24 rounds.
Yeah, fuck him.
Look at that. I just got to disseminate this a minute.
Oh my god.
Wow, you got 2 crits. 4, 3.
Gonna play a game of hide and go fuck yourself. You go first.
You did 9 damage to him.
Ah,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I believe the condition he gets is ground hamburger at this point.
He
Yeah.
had
Severe lead poisoning.
Ventilation.
man, and yeah, you hit every. Wow, it's like RoboCop.
Yeah, jeez.
He is eviscerated, basically. Okay, and you're like spit to the side. Yeah,
He's dead.
he
Like
did.
Clint Eastwood would spit.
Wow. Okay,
That'll do it.
and we have this guy. Okay, I just have to draw another card here a moment. I got a real deck here so I don't tip you guys off. What's going on? Essentially, you use the suits, either diamonds, hearts, clubs, spades, whatever. Spades are the worst. Clubs are bad. Hearts are the best. Diamonds are okay. And then the actual value. Faces are always powerful. Can lead to events or something like that.
Well, the question is best or worst for who? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? And yeah. Okay, for the moment, you're not sure where your friend to the north went. Um, and and then it's actually Sergey's turn next.
all right, Sergey is going to sure how to twist him back around, but he's going to walk
I think
through
if you
the.
shift and mouse wheel,
Oh, is it? Okay, let me try that.
believe so.
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, you have to have better aim than I do, though, apparently. So, anyway, as he walks by Max, he's going to say, "Oh, that was awesome! Yes!" And pop him on the shoulder. Go ahead, punk. Make day. Yes. Then he's going to start looting the body right beside him. So,
Oh my god, I love Sergey.
yes, Clint Eastwood.
Oh my god.
So he'll rummage through the pockets and hope he finds some cigarettes in particular, because his one cigarette has lasted a long time, but it's looking kind of rough now.
Well, we can scrounge soon, or you could start scrounging like short term. You look around. If you have an
Oh, sure,
action,
even if it's just a flavor scrounge. I mean, it's
yeah. Do you have an action left?
yeah. I mean, he would just walk by, but
Yeah, you could
uh,
make a what's scrounge under? It's
maybe
under survival.
is it survival? Okay, we'll try it and see what happens. He's really hoping for a pack of cigarettes. There we go.
You find a pouch of tobacco.
Oh well, I can roll my own. That's cool. All right, that's cool.
And Evan is your turn, or you just went right?
No.
Sorry, Evan.
Yeah, the first guy, or the only guy ahead of me was the sniper.
Right.
Which at this point I'm going to say, hey, guys, remember we still got a shooter out there, so we need to be careful. I am gonna, actually I'm gonna move over here, back in this section and say, go on Overwatch. and just say, everybody check ammo, check your six, 360 security. We've still got two guys out there.
Anybody who has not seen the carnage in the place yet has to make a stamina roll or suffer a stress point. Okay, and you guys disperse. You go to different points and such, and look around.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I'm gonna get somewhere comfy. Um, my injury. Can I self medicate? I've got a med kit and I'm a medic.
Yes, there might be a
So
modifier, but
It's a 1 or 2 story building.
2-story.
Mm.
a
Who's our
plus one
sniper?
for the med kit.
Do we got anybody that's designated marksman? Because I got a 203 gunner and a assault gunner. It'd be excellent upstairs.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
be we're just so you know, we're kind of out of combat right now, I'll assume, and just acting in unison. Who's in command if you guys are accepting that?
And I need to sort my leg out first. So
Who's highest rank here?
I think we've got
Max.
a
He's
captain.
captain. Yeah, Max is
Yeah,
captain.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go over to Nick and just I I can assist. Just if he needs any help handing him.
so do I get a plus one for the med kit.
Yeah. And then it's used if you use med kit, I think.
Yeah, I've got to use it.
Yeah.
And the result of that, if I get a result, what happens then?
That's how many health points you get back for every success you get on that medical roll.
Okay. Okay.
You uh, does he add +1 if I assist him?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
I can't do much, but I can at least hand him trauma scissors,
Okay. So what I'm
bandages.
asking is for the next, what is it? The short time frame. What do they call it in this game?
A stretch,
Yeah,
I think.
stretch. Like for the next 6 to 10 minutes, everyone kind of declare what they're doing because there
Okay.
could potentially be danger. There was mention there's still a sniper out there and another
On my
guy in the bush.
second floor, focusing my fields of fire.
Which direct you can only cover one arc on this building. So what I'm saying is you can um, take half area, so you can go like total north zone, total south zone, east zone, or west zone.
I yell to Max as he's going up the
No,
stairs.
no, sorry, I'm wrong. You can move around a bit, and it's a stretch, right? So
Yeah, and I yell to Max. You know, last time I saw that contact with the sniper rifle, he was uh to our east. I don't know where he moved though, so just
Okay,
keep
east.
an eye out.
All right, then I guess I'll focus in this way then.
yeah, and you can cover that whole half. And if you focus on there, I'll give you +1. And if not, you move around, and I'll give you recon for the whole area. Because on the second floor, you can scramble around, go on the roof, look around over about 10 minutes, and get a glance around.
Okay, I'll do that while they're performing self-aid.
Okay, the rest of you are doing the medical. You can do that medical check now. That roll.
I've done that and I ballsed it up.
Oh, right. Anyone else doing anything this time?
Sergey's definitely going to be looting and scrounging, at least looking through any cupboards and everything. You know, every party needs a thief.
Right. So you can give me, what is it, a survival roll for that, right?
I believe so.
I need somebody to look for a med kit or something to fix my leg up with.
So where's that
Oh, I do
table?
have
have a
Scrounger.
med kit.
It is survival. I do have Scrounger after all. It's just
Where's
not
that
listed on
table,
here.
that die 100 table again that has all the scrounging table?
Right.
I had a hard time last time, and I recall finding this.
Here we go.
That's in there.
Oh,
Oh,
today is my day for die rolling. Yes.
you're finding things for sure. But like I said, I'm just need to find the.
That's fine. There's no rush. He's just happy to be finding things.
Who found it last time? Remember?
Sergey found the tobacco that he sort of pocketed on his own. So
Yeah, there's a die 100 random table for, and
we'll let someone bogart his cigarette occasionally, but you know.
Hey, Evan, do you want to come get my medical kit to use on Nick?
I've actually got two because I grabbed
Oh.
one off the dead guy.
Okay.
Let's see here, combat. I'm just trying to figure out. There we go.
that's annoying. Okay, I'll look in here.
Here, there we go. Kit. Darren, can I hand Poach another med kit? And he has another go at it in the same stretch, or is he one and done?
Yeah, it's kind of done. It took the time of the stretch
All right. Okay.
to do it.
Okay,
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll try it again later. Thank you. Like,
Does anyone
Yeah.
know where that freaking table is? It's annoying me.
Poach, throw on a personal med kit on your list because I pulled one off of the guy smoked with the suppressed pistol, and I've got one of my own. So just
brilliant.
refill yours.
A quick look, you find 4 rations of water that these guys had in various containers and so on. And I'll have to get back to you. There's a few random items in here. You find a fishing rod.
Oh, that's useful. Just don't go fishing in the pond out front.
That's where they got their fishing line for the booby trap.
Well, there might be some big catfish out there. You never know. Guys, I'm actually going to have to bail. I just got a call from a kid I got to go pick up. So,
Yeah.
appreciate it. A lot of fun. Sorry.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Excellent. And we should wrap it up, I suppose. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
That's a great time.
Yeah, so we can do a couple things still, but there is a danger in the area. I'll warn you guys. But
Do you think this is a good time to stop it?
Yeah, I think so.
Pause there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be posting a few things and tweaking a few things. And there's a couple things I wanted to look up about rules again. Thanks so much, everyone. That was
Hey,
great.
thanks a lot.
Cheers, guys. Enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Catch you guys later.